2 years ago, the Oakmont Vikings went 0-10, but last year turned it around, won 7 regular season games, and made it to the second round of the section playoffs. That's the type of turnaround that Bella Vista is looking for this season, following last year's winless campaign. This year begins a new era for both programs. Corey Wilson is in his first year in charge of the Oakmont program. For Bella Vista, Jason Ott moves from the defensive coordinator to head coach this year. He will also serve as the offensive coordinator. BV's Jack Singley begins his first full season as the starting quarterback. 3 key running backs return, and a couple of wide receivers from last year's JV team highlight the offensive unit. On defense, the Broncos expect to be really good here. Dominic Ferrarini and Hugo Lopez anchor the group from their linebacker spots as the Broncos hope to impose their will on their opponents this year. The Friday night lights are lit. The late start because of the heat. Time to get it all started. The Bella Vista Broncos and the Oakmont Vikings, live and exclusive right here on BV Live Sports.
So, let's get ready. Let's make some noise.
Hello, everybody. George Thorolson and Aaron Keogh with you, back for another year. It is time for Bronco football. And as we talked about, a new era with Jason Ott in charge. What's got to be going through his mind now? He's been with this program for many years, but he's the man in charge now.
Yeah, and you could really see that there's, you could feel it in the air for those that aren't here tonight. There's certainly a change in the air, a changing of the guard, if you will. He has to be feeling a tremendous amount of pressure, coupled with the fact that confidence that these young men have been, since January, have been under his tutelage and have been preparing for tonight. The fact that the game was delayed because of the heat and now even delayed a little bit longer because of the JV game going long just adds to those nerves. So he, probably more than these players, is anxious for that opening kickoff.
Well, and speaking of the JV team, off to a good start. We know the freshmen, it was a tight one last night with Oakmont winning, but tonight it was all Broncos, 20-0.
Yeah, they looked solid. They were in control the entire game and look to build on that under Coach Steve Stampagnaro and his assistants as the season goes on. So hopefully that's a good omen for what we're in store for tonight.
Well, we have a new wrinkle this year. There is a third member of our broadcast team, and he is down on the field. We are going to go ahead and check in now with Brandon Simpson. Oh, let me bring you up, Brandon. Sorry about that. Let's go.
Yeah, no problem, guys. It is absolutely electric down here. You could never tell that this was a team that went 0-10 last year. The fans are out, cheerleaders out, bands out, and these players look absolutely ready to go tonight and the start of a new season under a new head coach.
Brandon, you feel any energy? Obviously, they're excited. They do want to bounce back from last year. What's the feeling?
Well, I mean, just looking at them, they look like a bigger, stronger, faster team. I know that Coach Ott had these guys in the weight room daily starting back in January, and hopefully that pays some dividends tonight.
So, I know that you've got somebody on the team, Cody, who we've seen during lacrosse as well. What's he been telling you about this year?
He's very, very excited, as you can imagine. Game one, I mean, you can tell there's a little bit of jitters, but they're all good jitters. He's excited to get out and get some playing tonight, and excited to watch how the team does.
All right, we're going to be checking in with Brandon throughout the game as the team gets ready to come out and come through the Bronco head, which is off to our right. We'll check in with Brandon again as they run through the Bronco head as well. So, Aaron, I know that Coach Ott is promoting this year on offense. They're going to be a run-oriented team. Of course, we know Jack can throw the ball, and they will let Jack Singley throw the ball, but primarily a running team. Devon Norwood, Hugo Lopez, Dominic Ferrarini, Gage Titus, we saw him, very impressive last year as well. But the first three that I mentioned are going to be the key guys to that running attack.
Yeah, I think that's who you're going to see tonight have the bulk of the handoffs and the runs tonight, the efforts. You're right. Coach Ott really wants to promote this notion of, really moving the ball on the ground, and I think that is really the way to demonstrate discipline, demonstrate that this is a new team ready to go this year under a new head coach and his staff.
Let's take a look at Keogh's keys tonight.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So for Bella Vista, they need to be confident, right? Anytime you're 0-10 coming off that season, there's a lot of returning players here. You know, that sticks in the back of your mind. They need to be confident. This is a new team. It's a new year, new opportunities. They have to execute on offense. Something they struggled with at times last year was being able to finish drives, so they need to do that, and they have to limit penalties and mistakes. I feel like a broken record with that, George, but every year we seem to talk about Bella Vista and penalties and mistakes.
And that is going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Because you're right. There were some key drives, key moments that were nullified because of those penalties where somebody pops off.
Yeah, exactly. For Oakmont, they need to be physical early. They are going to be a little bit bigger than Bella Vista. They need to get on the scoreboard early and often. The easiest way to get Bella Vista back into the ways of the past is to get on the scoreboard and get this game out of reach early, especially being on the road. And they need to build on momentum from last season. You said in your opening, 2 years ago, this was an Oakmont team that was 0-10. Last year, certainly not the case. They need to keep that momentum running.
All right. Well, we had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Ott before the game, and just want to preface the interview. There was a little technical glitch as the wrong camera was set, so you're going to see the field, but you're going to hear Coach Ott. And so let us now check in and let's hear from Coach Ott. Well, Jason, happy game day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Your thoughts now as you get ready to coach your first game here at Bella Vista as head coach?
Just excited to see what the boys will do, how hard they've worked all summer and the springtime. Looking at the JV team, it looks like it's paying off right now.
We were talking at halftime at the JV game. They're leading 12-0, so off to a good start there. And you know, let's talk about that for a little bit. Obviously, you've got to focus on the varsity team, but you're interested in what's happening with the JV team as the half is ending as we're talking. So you're very interested in what they're doing as well.
Yeah, I kind of look out to see what's going on with all the teams. Last night I was here for the freshman game, and you know it starts at the bottom, and we got to get them all ready to go by the time they're up on varsity.
All right, so Oakmont tonight. What do you know about them? We know they made the playoffs last year. What do you know about them, and who do you got to stop?
They made the playoffs last year. They got a new head coach, so it's a little different. They throw the ball. They got two tall receivers. I heard one's out with a concussion, but you know how that rumor goes. But we're gonna stick with our game plan. We're gonna play aggressive defense and run the ball.
When we talked last week, we talked about your defense and running the ball, but let's start with the defense. That's going to be a signature of this team, isn't it?
Yes, defense. We're building our program through our defense and our run game. We returned 8 starters on defense, and then we got guys that played a lot last year that are actually going to get some playing time this year. To start on our defense, you got to be pretty good.
And then on your offense with your running game, you return 2 key members of that offensive backfield. Well, really 3. Dominic Ferrarini's another one. But Hugo Lopez and Devon Norwood saw a lot of time in the backfield last year as sophomores. Lots of great experience for them.
Yeah, we got 3 really good running backs. Last week against Roseville, Devon Norwood showed the maturity of that one more year. He was, I don't want to say unstoppable, but they didn't stop him. So we ran the ball really well against a really good Roseville team that actually is predicted to win the Division III section championship. So I felt good about it.
So, once again, we're doing this interview as the first half of the JV game is ending. So, and Coach is very interested in what's happening because these guys are going to be playing for him next year. So it's understandable. No problem at all. First of all, let's talk about Hugo Lopez. We saw in the last game last year a little interesting part of his game. He was kind of pressed into duty to run as a Wildcat quarterback, but he can run the ball, and of course he's a solid linebacker. Multifaceted athlete here.
Yeah, Hugo's a stud. He sophomore last year had 98 tackles. By the time he leaves this program, he'll probably be the all-time leading tackler guy. Great kid, works hard. Just what we want to build our program around is guys like him.
Let's talk about your quarterback, Jack Singley. First year where he gets to be the starter from the beginning of the season, but he got a lot of valuable experience, not the way he wanted to get it because of the injury, but he got some valuable experience last year.
Yeah, Jack got a lot of experience last year. He's running the team. He does everything we do. Even when I call the play wrong, he'll switch it up. And you know, Jack's a smart kid, very athletic. We're gonna use his legs a little bit more than we've shown, but Sorry about that. Close play on for a touchdown. Yeah, Jack's going to be a big guy for us, and hopefully we start it off tonight.
All right. So season opener, first of 10. I would imagine the team's pretty excited. One of the things the players kept telling me is, you feel you can play with anyone. We know who's in this league. You feel you can play with anyone.
Yeah, we feel like we can play with anybody. Intercom is intercom, but we're not going to back down from them. They're going to have to come out and play us. We're a very physical team. That's what we instill here. When I went here, and through the years, it was always when you play Bella Vista, you're getting ready to get hit, and that's our motto now. We're just going to come out and be physical.
All right. Well, Jason, good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's head coach Jason Ott.
Trying to watch.
All right, and so we again apologize for that technical glitch there. We just had the wrong camera on. So as we were hearing from Coach Ott, we got to see some of the action of the JV game earlier today. So that was kind of fun just to see that. But of course, we weren't staffing the camera, so as the play ran out of the screen, you didn't really see it. So
it's a mystery.
So but that's kind of cool. We appreciate Coach Ott and his willingness to come on and talk to us, and I promise that for the Del Campo game we'll get it right. But as you know, we try to make this fun. This is supposed to be fun. It is going to be a fun season for Bella Vista. Coach Ott thinks they could possibly win 7 games. So and that would be a playoff spot.
That would be a playoff spot, and there's no reason to think that they can't do that. Preseason, anticipation is high. Obviously, we're going to see what happens tonight, and that's going to give us a much better, idea of what these Broncos look like for 2025. But right now, hopes are as high as they can be.
Let's take a look down on the field as the band and cheerleaders and everyone are lined up right next to the Bella Vista Bronco head on the other side of the stadium, the south end of the stadium this year. And so we're getting ready for the Broncos to come through and take the field here in just a few minutes. And you see on the clock we're about 2.5 minutes away from the national anthem. And then we will, of course, that'll be performed by the Bella Vista Band. And then we will have the opening kickoff. I'm looking forward to seeing what Oakmont has to offer. Their quarterback, Nico Smith, it was the third-string quarterback for Oakmont last year. Didn't really get a lot of playing time. There were 2 seniors ahead of him. But in reading what the Roseville Press-Tribune had in their preview, they're really high on him. And he did throw for 1,068 yards as a sophomore, the last real action that he saw on the JV team a couple of years ago. When the varsity team was going 0-8, he was throwing for 1,068 yards on the JV team. So
yeah, and sometimes when you get a couple of years under your kind of as an understudy, so to speak, it can actually make you be able to shine when the spotlight is on you. So that could certainly be the case for him this year.
So, Brandon, I know you're down there, and we see the band and the cheerleaders all lined up, so there should be some excitement here when the team takes the field.
Well, George, you know what they did? They tricked us after all these years of coming out of the tunnel on the other side. This year they came out on this opposite side, so they're already out there. They're warmed up. The rosters have been read off. We need the national anthem, and we're ready to kick off. So players already ran through that tunnel, but they tricked us by going on the other side.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right about that. And there they are in the middle of the field on the bench. So again, what's the level? Let's talk about this new look for the Broncos. I know they got new uniforms. Not yet. They're not here yet, but the helmets are new. And so they're white helmets this year with the stripped Bronco. It looks pretty cool.
The helmets look great. I was a little skeptical when they were going away from the black to the white. Started off, it looked kind of like the Penn State, and then they got the decals just the other day, and the helmets look great. So I think it's all part of new coaching staff, new uniforms, new team. I think that's the theme.
All right, we'll be checking in with Brandon throughout the course of the game as we get ready to get this one underway. And the captains are now meeting at the middle of the field. And I see Dominic Ferrarini. I see Jack Singley. I see Joaquin Vara, who is also one of the ones that we interviewed last week for the preview. And then rounding it out, Nate DeLucchi, who was one of the ones that we interviewed. So all 4 of those were our interviews, right there.
There we go. Yeah, it's
so
like you do it. That's
we
right.
Interviewed the captains, I guess.
Well, let's see. Bella Vista looks like they're going to defer to the second half.
and it looks like they'll be defending the south end zone, so you know what that means, Aaron. The kickoff will not be coming from...
Got to wait till the second half. It's second
no,
quarter, I guess.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. First touchdown. Well, that'd be much sooner than the second half, so let's hope for that.
We need to do that. So
That's
Bella
right.
Vista is going to go on defense first, and that is the signature of this team. If you heard the interview with Coach Ott before the game, that is exactly what he said. That is going to be the signature of this team is the defense.
Correct.
Now we see the band coming out onto the field. The cheerleaders are also there as everyone is standing, and we are ready for the national anthem as performed by the Bella Vista Marching Band. And there is your Bella Vista Marching Band. We will be hearing more from them at halftime. And also at halftime today, we are going to be introducing you to the new head boys lacrosse coach here at Bella Vista. Chris Wilson will be joining us for a few moments after the band performs. So that's some news that also happened at Bella Vista in the last week or so. Certainly wish Coach Goldsmith the very best in his retirement.
Yep.
And looking forward to the new season this spring with lacrosse. And, of course, the boys and the girls.
All good things have to come to an end at some point. So, yeah, we wish him well in his retirement and look forward to the new coach.
All right, so the Broncos will be kicking this one off as we get set to get this one underway. That is Sam Pennington, a 5'7", 145-pound senior, has played some soccer with Bella Vista, and he was also, I think he's played a little bit of football for Bella Vista. I recall he was actually on the varsity roster for a time last year, but ultimately did not wind up kicking for the varsity. So back deep to receive for Oakmont. The deep man is Malachi Alexander. Alexander, he goes 5'10", 145 pounds. Jordan Beatty is one of their wide receivers at 6'4", and then the big guy, Jaden Beasley, a name that we will watch for as Oakmont will throw the football early and often. Jaden Beasley was their leading receiver last year. We are underway in 2025, and this is going to be fielded by an up man who is going to be hit and immediately dropped. That's Ocean Munoz that was on the ball carrier, and he is dropped for very little gain on that kickoff return, and so big play for the special teams for Bella Vista.
Yeah, the kick was good and immediately met. You know, those open field tackles like that can be really challenging, and starting off, that makes a statement for the Bella Vista defense.
All right, 1st and 10 for Oakmont. Nico Smith is the quarterback, number 7. That is him lining up under center. He's got an offset eye. Wide receivers set to either side of the field. And they're going to run this one to get started. And Nate DeLucchi is right there, or is that Titus? That might have been Gage Titus.
That was Gage Titus.
Right there to hit. That is no gain on the play. I believe the ball carrier there was at 22.
David Wilson.
That's who it was. So David Wilson, that is a pickup of nothing.
2, maybe 1. Give him 1.
All right, so it's 2nd down and 9. By the way, Beasley is number 14. That is their leading receiver. Here's the first pass of the game. Smith, he's under pressure. He's going to have to run, and he is going to be cut down just across the 30-yard line. So Bella Vista, so he will pick up about 5 yards on the play, but Bella Vista has forced that first 3rd down of the game.
Well, Gage Titus certainly came to play. He got his helmet on tight, and he is ready to go. He's made both tackles. They've been excellent tackles, good form, and the intensity of this defense in the first 2 plays is very encouraging. Let's hope they can keep that up.
This is a big 3rd down for Bella Vista.
Yeah, it is early.
I figure they're probably going to throw. Oakmont is going to be a throwing team. Alexander in motion. Smith back to pass, under pressure, looking left, gets away. That pass is in. Is it batted down back to him, or what is it? There's a pass. It is intercepted.
What a play!
So Smith pump faked as he was under pressure, let that one fly, and then I think that must have been DeLucchi, wasn't it, that got that one?
No, that was Guillermo Perez that came down with it. The holding penalty will be declined, so it's Bronco football.
So there is that defense that Coach Ott was talking about.
Man, the intensity, I have not seen that in several seasons here at Bella Vista. That was very encouraging.
So a short gain on a running play to start. They pressure the quarterback twice, and they force the interception. Will place the ball at the 37-yard line for Bella Vista. And I'm really excited to see these 2 wide receivers. That is Xander Shadko that comes out to the left. Durazo is likely at the right. I formation backs. This is Devon Norwood right up ahead. Devon Norwood doing Devon Norwood things. He picks up 5 yards down to the 32-yard line.
I love it. Power football right up the middle. Send a message early.
So it is 2nd down, 5 yards to go. One man coming in motion. Here's Ferrarini. He's got a hole right side. Ferrarini breaks free. End up on a defender inside the 20-yard line, and that's a 1st down for Bella Vista.
That had to have been about a 20-yard gain.
That is a nice run. It went from the 32 down to the 18, it looks like, maybe
so 12,
the 17.
12 yards.
Yeah, they'll call it the 18. We'll call it 14. 1st and 10 Bella Vista from the 18-yard line. Ferrarini is the fullback. Norwood the tailback. Here goes Devon. Big hole left side. Devon Norwood fighting his way inside the 5-yard line. That's another 1st down for Bella Vista. My goodness. Let's give credit to the offensive line for Bella Vista as they're creating big-time holes for the running back. Mark that at the 3. That's a pickup of 15 yards for Devon Norwood. 1st and goal, Bella Vista. Ferrarini and Norwood in the backfield. Durazo right. Shadko left. Here's Devon Norwood pushing his way toward the goal line. He's in! Touchdown, Broncos!
I mean, you want to make a statement if you're Bella Vista, and that is how you make a statement. You force a turnover, you capitalize, you punch it in, and you score. All on power run formation. Coach Ott's done exactly what he told you he was going to do. He's going to show up with his defense, he's going to run the ball on offense, and these Broncos are on the board early.
And so the Broncos will now come in to attempt the extra point here. That is Pennington. Looks like Singley's going to hold. Did I have that right? Let's see. Spot down kick is on the way. And I will stand corrected on the holder. That was Thomas Lonnie.
Makes sense.
Give me
Another quarterback on the team holding the ball. Give the guys with the best hands the opportunity to hold.
Give me a little. Cut me a little slack, I should say.
Yeah.
My eyes are still adjusting. I just cataract surgery.
Well, and I'll tell you, George. The other thing too. If your coach thought you had nerves, and I thought he would, he certainly didn't show them there with that team. They were prepared and ready to go. And it looks like they're going to kick off, although I'd love for them to kick off from the snout. They're going to kick off from the hash again, it looks like. That's how they started the game.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's all right. It resulted in the score, so I'm fine with it. The other beauty of that is, when you run the ball like that, that wears the defense out early. It's early in the game, so
Pennington will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And again, going from the hash. Maybe they don't like us referencing the snout.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I still love the snout.
I do too. You can hear the band off to our right.
ABC 10 here tonight.
Kick. Alexander will take it at the 15. Alexander looking for some running room. Guillermo Perez, he slips a tackle. Very shifty Alexander. He's going to get this one up to the 30-yard line. So that's a 15-yard return on the kickoff. And the Broncos, or the Vikings, are getting set to go on defense.
Well, it's not just us that's interested in Bella Vista's new season here. ABC 10 down on the field as well, getting some clips for the game. They want to see what this Coach Ott coached football team can do tonight.
Yeah. All right, so we are right at the 9-minute mark here.
You got to keep the intensity up if you're Bella Vista on defense. You cannot slow down right now. You got to keep this locomotive running.
Well, in that first defensive series that we saw, Broncos very intense. Here's Wilson. Wilson, he's going to be hit in the backfield by Dominic Ferrarini. One of the captains of this team, Dominic Ferrarini. And I tell you what, not only are the Broncos on offense getting through that line of scrimmage, so's the defense. Yeah, penetration on the part of Ferrarini.
No, this was struggles last year that they have quickly turned around against this Oakmont team. You have no reason to think that Oakmont would not have, come out much improved from last year. And the Broncos said, we'll see your improvement and add a few more of our own.
Broncos decline a holding penalty that was called against Oakmont after that loss on the play of 5 yards. Second down, 15 for the Vikings out of the shotgun. Looks like a different quarterback in the game now. Their junior quarterback. This is Malachi Alexander. He's got some running room. He's finally knocked out of bounds. That's Cooper Thorne that made the tackle. Elijah Stevens is now in at quarterback, a 5'6", 130-pound junior. He was 1 yard shy of 1,400 yards passing last year, according to Max Kretz. And so, and that was on the JV squad.
Yeah, big gain for Oakmont, and that's what Bella Vista did not want. So they're going to have to tighten up here and try to get a stop. New set of downs for the Vikings.
So when Nico Smith was in the game, they went under center. With Elijah Stevens, they're going shotgun. Stevens, two-step drop, sings that one over the middle. That one was deflected. And Oakmont has to be breathing a sigh of relief here.
Flag after the play.
If it's after the play, that may not be good news.
No, that's a personal foul. There was a lot of Vikings around Dominic Ferrarini. So we'll have to see. It's going to be a personal foul, I have a feeling. I just don't know who it's going to be against.
Right now they're hanging around the Oakmont huddle. I'm looking over at the Oakmont sideline.
So that probably means it's against the Broncos.
So we'll see what we are told here. Get a look at the official here. He'll make the call. Personal foul. Oh! That looks like an ejection.
So that's why I went over to Oakmont to say, Coach, your player is done.
So it's 15 yards against Oakmont, but that symbol,
That's an ejection.
that,
Or I think the appropriate term is disqualification.
Usually, don't they usually give him the thumb?
Well, that hand up, that's a disqualification. So I don't know who's out, but somebody just got tossed.
And that's after the play, too.
It's a huge penalty for the Vikings.
Yes, indeed. So the down counts, second down and 24. And movement now.
That'll
the
give them
Broncos
5 back.
Come across.
Smart play call by the Vikings. Try to get some of that yardage back at a cheap little play there, and that's what they did.
Some free yards.
Yep.
So that'll now make it second down and 19. They're right at midfield. So lots of folks here at Broncos Stadium. Good turnout on the visitor side for Oakmont as well, as this is the season opener. Second and 19, Stevens. He's going to send this one downfield, has the reception, and that's down inside the 45-yard line. Gage Titus with the tackle, and that is Gavin Harder, the tight end. And Gavin Harder, he's another one of the guys that they're talking about that's going to be contributing big time for Oakmont.
Yeah, good coverage up by the Broncos. Gage Titus read it well. Still third and long here for the Vikings.
15 receptions for 220 yards last year for the JV team. Gavin Harder for Oakmont. Third down, 11 yards to go. Stevens has time, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to try and run. He is going to go down at the 45-yard line.
That's a loss of 2. Great job.
And so now facing a 4th and 14 just across midfield if you're Oakmont. Does not look like they're bringing the punting team on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, the quarterback there with the pressure for the defense finally just gave himself up, like I'm not going anywhere here, and went down with the loss. So good play by the Broncos.
Unless Elijah Stevens is also the punter. He's going to line up in the shotgun. He has one man behind him. Fourth down, 14 yards to go. Harder, 3-step drop. He's going to go deep. This one's going deep down the field. It's too far. Incomplete. Ball goes over on downs, and the Broncos will take possession with 6:41 to go in the opening quarter.
So one big play there they gave up, and that's it. They tightened it right back up. The penalty certainly helped the Broncos, but even still, the defense was really solid, and that's what you do. You give up. You're going to give up some plays here and there. It's high school football, but the way you rebound and center yourself is what really matters, and the Broncos certainly did that.
All right, so the Broncos at their own 45-yard line. They marched from 37 yards out and scored a touchdown with just over 9 minutes to go. We'll see what the offense does this time. Ball is loose on the ground, and it looks like the Broncos recover it. Devon Norwood in the right place at the right time. So that turns out to be a loss of a yard.
Did you see who recovered that?
It was Devon Norwood.
So that's heads up. I don't know what the miscommunication there, if it's a bad snap or what, but Devon, good eyes, get on the ball.
And I think, unfortunately, he gets credit for a 1-yard loss on a rush on that. Eye set in the backfield, man coming in motion. Here is a lateral pass, it looked like. That is 22, Riley Durazo, who makes the catch. He'll bring it back to the original line of scrimmage. So that brings us now to third down and 10 for Bella Vista. That's the first pass of the game for Jack Singley. Riley Durazo, 19 receptions, 286 yards, averaged 15 yards per reception last year. And he's going to set up to the left side of the field now. Hash mark is on the left. Here is Singley under pressure. Looks like there was some miscommunication and some stumbling, and Singley gets sacked back at the 35-yard line.
So one of the things here, the Broncos on offense now, they've changed up. They went run, and now you have a fumble, a lateral pass that basically gets a yard, and then a miscommunication, and all of a sudden it's fourth down, and the Broncos are going to have to punt. So not a good offensive series there for the Broncos. They need to shake that off, get solid back on defense, and go after this again.
Broncos switching out now. This is the first attempt for the punting team this year. This is Alan Remington that is going to punt. Good to see him back. He was injured for most of last year, but he had a 75-yard touchdown reception against Rio Americano. That punt is blocked. And the Broncos are going to recover it, but this will go over on downs, or on the block, I should say, to Oakmont. They're going to have the ball at the Bronco 22-yard line. Oh, and is Remington hurt again?
Well, I think he just got banged up there a little bit when they went to block the punt. He'll be okay. He's back on his feet.
Oh, it looks like he's going to stay in the game. He looks like he's walking a little gingerly right now.
Yeah, he does a little bit, but I think he just got kind of caught up there. Anytime you block a punt, the punter is pretty vulnerable, so.
You could see him hitting the ground. I don't know if he was mad at himself because he took too long to get rid of the ball.
Well, it could have been a combination.
Or he thought maybe he got hurt again.
Well, just the coverage on that was not very good. He didn't have a whole lot of time, so the snap was good. It just.
Stevens still in at quarterback. Wilson the lone setback, shotgun formation. Stevens left, has the reception to the outside, and that is going to go inside the 20, possibly down. It looks like they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is Ocean Munoz with the reception. Munoz, by the way, looks like he only had, he had one reception for varsity last year in the playoffs. 37 receptions for the JV last year. First and goal for Oakmont after the block punt. Here's Wilson. Wilson stood up at the line of scrimmage, and he is driven back. Cooper Thorne, once again, is the one that drove him back.
Well, Hugo Lopez came up with the ball there. I think it just got dropped on the ground, but
they're going to give him a credit for a couple of yards down to the, or maybe 3 yards down to the 6. Second and goal for Oakmont. Stevens, he's under pressure, trying to get away, being flushed to the outside, gets by DeLuke. He's still on his feet. Nice little move, and then he is hit and dropped right around the 5-yard line. There's a flag in the backfield.
It's likely a hold.
Mostly, yeah, that's what that would indicate. That's holding against Oakmont, so that will be 10 yards, and we'll back them up.
Still second down. The only disadvantage of that is depending on where the hold happened, it's 10 yards from that spot. But it looks like it was near the line of scrimmage, actually, is where the hold happened, which would make sense. So it's going to back them up all the way to the 19. Second and goal now.
Yep. So holding back at the 9-yard line, as you mentioned. Glad you could join us for Bella Vista football here on BV Live Sports. And if you're an Oakmont fan watching over in Roseville or anywhere else, welcome. We're glad to have you along. Looking forward to seeing what Oakmont has this year after that playoff run last year. Here's Stevens. He's rolling out to his right off the back foot. That one's batted down.
Cooper Thorne.
Cooper Thorne once again. 6'3" frame. If this were basketball, I'd give him a rejected, rebuffed, rebuked, denied.
That's right. He's probably hoping that he could have held on to that one, but honestly, that was a great play, deflecting that off and forcing a third.
Tell you what, if he does, he's
gone
all the way to Roseville.
Yes, he is gone if that was the case, because he had a lot of momentum coming there.
Third down and 19 for Oakmont. That's third and goal, by the way. Alexander comes in motion. Stevens, he's going to send this one towards the end zone. Incomplete. There is a flag down. There was definitely contact at the goal line.
Yep, that's pass interference on Trey Mello.
Ocean Munoz was the intended receiver. This should be half the distance to the goal. It is not a spot foul. It would normally be a 15-yard penalty. So we'll see what the referee says here. So pass interference. It is an automatic first down. So this would take it probably to the
10, right?
9
well,
and
the
a half.
9, yeah. 9.5. Yep, you're right.
So a new set of downs for Oakmont.
Yeah, although it's not a spot foul, it is an automatic first down. So, well, I thought it was.
Well, I thought he mentioned. I thought he mentioned.
And I was like, sorry, I put my new one on. I have all
No,
the
it's still
things
third down
on.
apparently.
It says third down.
And I was like, so don't worry about making me a second.
And here is a running play to Wilson, who is down right at about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, he wants that one back. He tripped up under his own feet there and fell. So big question now. Do you take the points or do you try to punch it into the end zone?
And let's address this point. High school football rules are different.
Right.
Personal fouls are not necessarily automatic first downs. I thought pass interference no matter what was. Apparently not.
Well, we'll see what they're going to do, if they're going to line up to kick here or to go for it.
Well, they went for it on a 4th down earlier.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
So David Wilson is the lone setback. 3 wide receivers. Stevens back to pass. Sends this one over the middle. Catch is made. Touchdown, Oakmont. Ocean Munoz with the reception. So the Oakmont Vikings are on the board. That's a 9-yard reception by Ocean Munoz. And an extra point attempted now. This is Marcus Vasquez. Here's the kick. It's on the way, and it is good. Looks like he's got pretty good leg on himself. So that's Munoz.
Yeah, the hard thing for the Broncos here is, you're only given so many chances in high school football, and so they did a great job getting the stop. They went on offense, didn't go well. They had an opportunity to punt. The punt was blocked, and then suddenly, you had the penalty, and they just couldn't come through with it. So they'll have to rebound here, refocus, and with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter, try to get on the board again.
Yeah, they had Bella Vista in their last possession. Had a few things go wrong.
Yes.
But that first possession was just textbook.
Yeah, we need to go back to that first possession. That was very, very good.
All right, so the Broncos are sending Remington and Xander Shadko back deep to receive. Bella Vista band getting into it. Here is the approach and the kick. It's a high driving kick. That one's going to go into the end zone. That's a touchback. And, college and the NFL have been messing around with the touchback rules. High school hasn't.
Nope, we're still at the 20, so first and 10.
Come out to the 20-yard line. So the Broncos looking for some ball control. Maybe possibly use the entire 3 minutes and 10 seconds that are left to go here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily take your time, but you do want to start using the clock to your advantage and wear out this defensive front a little bit of Oakmont.
Ferrarini and Norwood are in the backfield. Durazo in motion, does the 180. Here's Norwood. Norwood has stood up right at the 20-yard line. He fights his way forward for about 3. We'll see if they give him the 3. Looks like they're going to give him 2. So 2 for Norwood.
He had all the power going through, but as soon as Oakmont stood him up, that power gets stopped if you're the running back.
2nd and 8 for Bella Vista. Norwood once again. This time he's going to try and take it around the right side. Norwood still on his feet up across the 30-yard line. And that'll be a Bella Vista first down. So that's a good 9 yards there for Devon Norwood.
Oh, but there's a flag.
And the flag is about the 27-yard line.
Which could be a hold with a pulling lineman, maybe.
Or could be a face mask.
Yep, could be a face mask or maybe a horse collar.
Illegal
Either
use
block.
of the hands.
Hands to the face, so that negates that.
And the referee actually put up his hands like 2 fours. That would indicate that he was calling it on number 44, which
44,
happens
yeah.
to be Dominic Ferrarini.
Yep, so he's the fullback coming out. And
So we'll replay second down. The penalty is marked off from the spot of the foul, and it happened. It happened right at the 27-yard line, so this will be marked at the 17-yard line. Second down, 14 yards to go. It will be second and 13 if they're at the 17-yard line. They have to get to the 30 after that touchback. So now we'll see, do we have a delay of game here?
well, that's what the back judge referenced, but I thought the head referee.
So this is some of the things that happened to Bella Vista last year, is that they would, especially on their own end of the field, some of these penalties would start hurting them as they start going the wrong way.
Yeah, and this you can't have a delay of game after a penalty like that. Got to get your play in and go.
Devon Norwood is the lone setback. 3 wide receivers for the Broncos. Second down, 19 yards to go, Singley to throw. Hit as he throws as this one flutters in the air, nearly intercepted at the 25-yard line. That was Ocean Munoz that was trying to track that one down like a center fielder.
Yeah, that ball, I don't know if it slipped out of Singley's hand or what, the trajectory.
Well, he was hit. He was hit as he threw it.
And that would explain it. He had the intended target, but the ball, it fell that short, but that makes sense. He got hit as he threw.
So now it's third down and 19 yards to go.
Certainly a passing down here for the Broncos.
Norwood again the lone setback. We need to give Singley some time. Here's a pass over the middle. It's incomplete as they tried to get that one to Cooper Thorne cutting across the middle. And you can see some of the energy right now for Oakmont as they've just made a big stop in deep in Bella Vista territory. And the last time the Broncos punted, the punt was blocked. So you know that Oakmont's going to come after this one again too.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to send the house after this, and they have completely zapped the energy, not only out of this Bella Vista team, but out of this crowd as well.
The Broncos need a little bit better protection than they had the last time. Uh-oh. Brendan Holsapple is one of my favorite players. I can already tell you. Did you notice?
The shoes.
Green shoes.
Green shoes, yeah.
Snap is back. Remington will step into it. Gets the kick away. High in the air. This one takes a bounce and a Bella Vista roll. It's going to roll and come to a stop right at about the 47-yard line. So let's give Remington a lot of credit there to kind of get the Broncos out of jail, if you will.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he puts them in at least a manageable position here for the defense.
Okay, so now the Broncos defense needs to step it up.
Absolutely.
We saw what they could do on that first possession of the game.
Yeah, they just need to replicate that.
First and 10. There's a handoff, goes to Wilson. Wilson moving the pile, and he's going to take this one down to the 40-yard line. Want to get a perspective from Brandon in just a few minutes here as to what it's like on the sideline, especially the way Oakmont has kind of taken the momentum away from Bella Vista. We'll check in with Brandon after this play. Second down, whistle blows. Well, they sort out the penalty, Brandon. What is the mood like? I mean, there had to have been a lot of energy after that first BV touchdown, but Oakmont's kind of taken control since.
Yeah, you guys called it. BV looks a little flat on the sideline right now. I mean, I think to start the game, that interception on that opening drive on defense and then to march it in for a touchdown, everyone was bouncing around, high fives everywhere. In the last few minutes, you can see not as much of that going on. So BV's got to get that energy back up and go out and push the ball down the field the way they were the first few minutes of the first quarter.
So it looks like it's a dead ball false start against Oakmont. And so that will back them up. And so a 2nd and 5 turns into a 2nd and 10. Pretty much nullifies that run by David Wilson.
That's right.
Although I'm impressed with David Wilson. They've got a fullback and they've stacked everybody in. Play fake. Stevens back to pass. Flutters a pass to the right side. Catch is made down inside the 45-yard line.
Gage Titus again.
So it's 17 on 17 there. Gavin Harder, his 2nd reception of the game for Oakmont. And that is a pickup of about 3. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. As we are into the final 20 seconds or so of the first quarter, we'll see if Oakmont wants to run the play or they want to let the quarter run out. Looks like they're going to go ahead and run the play. So Nico Smith played the first series for Oakmont, and Elijah Stevens has been the quarterback ever since. They're going to let the clock run out. So we have come to the end of the first quarter here at Bella Vista High School. The Broncos and the Oakmont Vikings, we are tied at 7, and very entertaining first half.
Yeah,
first quarter.
No, it was. It was really, I don't want to say it was a tale of, 2 parts, but it was certainly all Bella Vista early, and then probably the final 2/3 of that quarter was all Oakmont. So Bella Vista doing a good job here getting a stop, and so we'll see what happens at the beginning of the second quarter.
We're being serenaded by the band. Of course, let's send it down to Brandon here with some thoughts on that first half of first quarter of play. We got a lot to go. Brandon?
I don't know if you guys can hear me. It's loud down here, but that's great. That's what you expect from high school football. Bands playing in between the quarters. The first quarter, I think, as you guys already mentioned, Bella Vista came out very strong, and then Oakmont responded, kind of like a boxing match, right? The first team came out and threw a good punch. The other team threw a good punch, and now we're all even up after one, and we'll see what happens. I definitely don't think either team has an advantage after one quarter.
All right, Brandon. Great job on that report as he's had the band in the background, not distracted at all.
No, he was a pro.
Cool as a cucumber.
He was a pro.
Absolutely. Glad to have Brandon on the sidelines this year. We take a look at the visitor sidelines there. As we mentioned, a good turnout for Oakmont tonight. Of course, Roseville's not that far away. Certainly we welcome them aboard and welcome any their fans that are watching us here on BV Live Sports. We are the home of the Broncos, and we'll have all of their home games for you throughout the course of the season. Second quarter to get underway now. It is 3rd down and 7 to go for Oakmont as the teams are switching sides and moving the other way. We've got now a timeout to start the second quarter.
Well, that's never good. Never good if you're on offense and you have to call timeout.
Coming out of the quarter break.
Yeah.
But it is the first game of the season.
It is the first game of the season. I would love to be able to blame that, famously a couple years ago when Michigan played at Penn State. Michigan started on offense and couldn't even get their opening playoff because it was so loud. It wasn't that loud here, but certainly a miscue, and Oakmont wanting to make sure on kind of a crucial 3rd down here, because if they don't convert this, they likely are going to have to punt, and that gives Bella Vista an opportunity to get their mojo going again. So, it's early in the game still, but this is kind of a critical play for them.
Don't forget, you can follow BV Live Sports on Facebook, facebook.com/BV Live Sports, or you can scan the QR code. You can see you can tap the link for this game. You can also see the interviews that we had with the 4 captains and Coach Ott previewing the season. So we are now getting ready to get the second quarter underway after the timeout called. 3rd and 7 for Oakmont. Stevens in the shotgun. Inside handoff goes to Alexander. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to fight his way down to the 45 or the 42-yard line, 41 of Bella Vista. That's still going to be 4 yards short of the first down. We did see Oakmont go for it on a 4th and much longer around midfield earlier in this game.
Well, quarterback Elijah Stevens went to the sideline, came right back out with a play, so they're going to go for it.
So we talked about how the Broncos want to impose their will on teams. Oakmont trying to impose their will right now. Stevens is the quarterback. Wilson the lone setback. Wingman and 3 wide receivers. Stevens over the middle. Alexander with the reception. He's got all kinds of running room down inside the 10-yard line.
Big statement play for the Vikings. Big, big, big.
Malachi Alexander does a great job to get open. We had heard pretty much all season or all off-season and reading the preview for in the Roseville Press Tribune about how their top wide receiver is Jaden Beasley. I haven't seen him on the field tonight, number 14. I wonder if he might be hurt.
Could be. These teams have all had a couple scrimmages, probably an inter-squad scrimmage as well as some sort of a jamboree type scrimmage, so could have gotten banged up in one of those.
First and goal from the 5-yard line. Play fake. Stevens, left side, wide open receiver, and that's Harder once again. Touchdown for Oakmont. So the Vikings on the board again.
So you go back to that timeout, and that was a very well-placed timeout by the head coach of the Vikings, saying that, hey, we need to think this over before we go into this crucial third down. So well done, coach, and Bella Vista's got some work to do now.
So Vasquez will come in to attempt the extra point. Tell you what, this team has moved ever since Elijah Stevens came in to play.
Correct.
Quarterback. Snap down, the left-footed kick is on the way, and it is good. So that's 14-7 in favor of Oakmont. So if you're Coach Ott right now, you guys made a statement on the opening drive, scored that first touchdown, and all of a sudden it's Broncos have struggled on offense and Oakmont hasn't.
Yeah, and you wonder, first game of the year, is it a confidence issue? Is it what it is? But they're going to have to dig deep here because this game has completely swayed to Oakmont's favor, and Bella Vista's got to do something to get back in control here. So I am happy they're kicking off the snout, though, now, or from the snout.
So leave it to the opponent to kick us off from the snout.
Yeah.
Bella Vista band trying to get everybody energized and into the game. Here's the approach, there's the boot. It's another high driving kick that the Broncos will take. Fumble the ball, that's Remington who picks it back up. Good thing a knee didn't go down. Remington is going to fight his way forward up to the 15-yard line. So again, the Broncos find themselves deep in their own territory and just long field in front of them.
Yeah,
they need a big play here.
They do need a big play. They got to find their confidence. They've worked on this, all spring, all summer, all fall. They got to put it into action now. Believe in themselves, if you will, and execute now.
First and 10, Bella Vista. The ball is at the 13-yard line. Singley's going to operate out of the shotgun. Swing pass left. Ball is caught. Virtually no gain on the play. There's a swarm of Oakmont Vikings right there to drop Cooper Thorne right at about the 13-yard line. So the Broncos tried a little quick hitch there, try and get something going here. So they do give Thorne 1 yard to the 14-yard line. Broncos need to, they're a predominantly running team. They need to do what they were doing on that first drive.
Yeah, a yard on a pass play isn't really going to do much for you.
So Norwood looks like Hugo Lopez is in the backfield for the first time tonight. Singley to pass again. This one cuts it over the middle. The reception made by Durazo. Durazo out across the 40. He's to midfield. Durazo is dragged down, crossing the 45-yard line. There's the big play Bella Vista was needed.
Exactly. 39 yards, is my math right there? They were at the 14?
I've got 43.
43?
Yeah, you may be right. It's about 37 yards. You're right.
All right, 30.
Anyway, 1st and 10, the give to the first man through. That's Hugo Lopez. Lopez still on his feet, shaking some tacklers. He's down inside the 35-yard line.
First down. Pushed out of bounds by Eldridge.
They're going to call it the 29. He got all the way across the 30 before he stepped out of bounds. What's it like now, Brandon? Oh, here, we got to run a play. 1st and 10 Broncos from the 29. Oh, fumbled snap. Singley's going to go down and grab that and preserve the possession. I would imagine the energy level has picked up, Brandon.
The energy was much higher after those back-to-back great plays, and I think they just need to do is they need to avoid the fumbled snap and the penalty and just keep moving it forward like they just did.
All right, you got it. So that's going to be a loss of 3 yards on that play. 2nd down, 13. Find a cutting Riley Durazo again. Make quick work of this, 13 yards to go. Singley to throw, sends it over to the left side. Oh, my goodness. Xander Shadko was open and just had that one go off his fingertips.
So after a couple of really good plays, then you have the fumble and incomplete pass and suddenly find yourself in a 3rd and long situation.
This is definitely 4-down territory, though.
Yes, it is.
You've got 2 plays to get that 1st down. And I think
Broncos
now the Broncos are going to call a timeout.
No,
Absolutely.
Oakmont is.
Oakmont's called the timeout. That's their 2nd.
Yep.
So second timeout of the game. And so if you're Coach Ott right now, you're facing a 3rd down and 13. What do you want to tell your team right now, and what do you want to do here?
Well, I mean, the run, I'm a fan of the run because I think in high school, if you can get momentum going with your running backs and you can get good blocks, let your running backs do what they're good at, and that's run the ball. I think when you pass, there's just a lot of variables. So I'm not saying don't pass. Obviously, the pass to Durazo for 43 yards was a big play, but I just think that I think you want to go for the sure thing here. Again, if this is 4-down territory, you need about half this yardage to then go for it on 4th down. So look at it like you have 2 plays instead of 1.
All right, just under 9 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Close one here, Oakmont by 7. Broncos trying to find that tying touchdown. Singley to operate out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers stacked to the right. Singley under pressure. Singley tries to get through. There's a flag down. And that flag flew before he was hit. So that's going to be a holding penalty on Bella Vista. But if you're Oakmont, you go ahead and decline that.
Yep, take the 4th down there.
And now with that loss of yardage, I don't think it's 4-down territory anymore.
Nope. I think you've taken yourself out. You're going to have to punt now.
This is a great opportunity, too, to try and pin Oakmont deep. They've had a couple of possessions that began with really good field position.
Yep. And they are going to punt.
And we saw this last year, too, that Bella Vista would get a big play, a great play, and then, again, things would happen. Here it's a fumble, and then there was a sack, and there was a penalty in there as well.
Yeah, just some breakdown. I mean, overall, that was a much better offensive series. They moved the ball, but, again, they moved the ball really on one big play. So key here is you got to get a good punt off.
So Remington handling the punt duties again this year. Dominic Ferrarini is the up man, personal protector. And there's another nice kick by Remington. This one's going to take a bounce and takes a Bronco bounce right at the 5-yard line. The receiver there for Oakmont kind of stood back toward the end zone, hoping that the ball would bounce and go into the end zone. It didn't.
Yep, took a bounce the other way. So that was about best case scenario for Bella Vista to get the ball there at the 7-yard line.
So now they 93 yards to pay dirt. This is an opportunity for the Bella Vista defense to possibly maybe force a 3 and out here, punt, and maybe get the ball back at midfield.
Yes, that's exactly what they need.
Or what set up the touchdown on the first play. They got pressure on Nico Smith.
Right.
They haven't gotten the pressure on Elijah Stevens.
Correct.
1st and 10 Oakmont at their own 7-yard line. Wilson the lone setback. Stevens continues at quarterback. I wonder if Smith got dinged up on that first series. Alexander comes in motion. Stevens back to pass. Quick release. Wilson with the reception. Wilson will take this one out to the 15-yard line. Trey Mello was there. Dominic Ferrarini and Nate DeLucchi were all there to make sure he didn't go any further than the 15.
7-yard pickup there.
Under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second down and 3. Stevens swings it out to the right. The catch is made once again across the 20-yard line out to about the 22. Hugo Lopez with the stop. Malachi Alexander, I think, was the receiver, and he is still down.
A little shaken up on the play, it looks like. Man, he's up already.
Oakmont, as advertised, throwing the ball and throwing it. I tell you what, I'm really impressed with Stevens because he takes the quick 3-step drop, and that ball is out.
Yep, very
They're
quick.
not even giving Bella Vista time to blitz or rush him or anything like that, like they were doing on that first possession.
Okay, Malachi Alexander is coming to the sideline.
Well, he has to. Yeah.
Right, yeah, he was still in the huddle, and that's not the rule is if they stop play for you, got to come out for a day, or for a play, rather. So,
First and 10 for Oakmont at the 22-yard line. Broncos need a stop here. About 7.5 to go. Broncos want to get another possession and hopefully tie this thing up before halftime. Ocean Munoz is coming out to the left. I have a receiver to the right is Munoz. I have another receiver to the left, I formation backs. Here's Wilson. Wilson takes it up the middle, and he'll take it to the 25-yard line for a gain of about 3. They're going to give him the 26. So the line of scrimmage was the 23. So it is a
That's going to bring up 2nd and 7 with a gain of 3. Ball's on the 26-yard line.
So it's a second, much longer yardage this time.
it is.
Shotgun formation once again. Maybe I guess this is what they call the pistol with the running back behind the quarterback. Wingman and 3 wide receivers. Stevens back to pass. He's sending this one down left side. Ocean Munoz, the intended receiver. That one a little too far out in front of him. He did have a step on Trey Mello, but that pass is incomplete. 3rd and 7. And so now it's time for the Bronco defense to show that intensity that they showed on the first series of the game.
Well, I can tell you, if I'm calling the defensive play here, I'm sending number 44, Dominic Ferrarini, on a blitz in the gap again. They sent him 2 plays ago, and he blitzed through the gap. They just ran to the other side. So I would run him again and try to get to that running back or the quarterback, either one, depending on what they decide to do here.
If this were the NFL, Dominic Ferrarini would have the green dot. He's
Correct.
the play caller. So 3rd down and 7 now for Oakmont. And it looks like a little movement.
That's going to be on the offense. He moved first.
Flag on the play here.
And so that could benefit Bella Vista with another 5 yards here as we'll get the call.
Yep. Both line judges agree.
False start. So that'll take us to 3rd and 12 with 6:22 to go in the second quarter. Oh, and there goes the "You can't do that" chant.
Oh, I missed that.
Third down, 12 yards to go. Broncos need a stop. Stevens back to pass. Now he's going to take off and run. He's out to the 25. He's to the 30, and he'll slide down and give himself up. He knew he wasn't going to get that first down. So that will end the series and bring up a 4th down and long unless Oakmont decides they're not going to.
No, you got to play smart football here and punt this ball away.
There are some teams that don't punt.
Well, I will tell you that the shout out to the 12U Junior Broncos team that my son plays on. They do not punt because at that age the head coach's thought is that oftentimes the ball doesn't go as far as it would if you just ran for it. But in high school, I think you got at the varsity level, you got to punt the ball away here.
You do. I've got a story about a team up in the state of Washington that didn't punt. We'll try and get to it. Here is the punt. And that's a high driving kick that Remington will take. He's at the 40, he's at the 45. Remington trying to get to midfield. He's going to be dropped at the 48-yard line. So the Broncos, great field position. So this was a number of years ago. I was here in Sacramento, but I've always tracked my high school with their success because they are far more successful now than they were when I played. We were 1-8.
Okay,
So
yeah. Sounds like my high school. Okay.
But that's Eastside Catholic High School in now Sammamish, Washington. They were playing a team in the playoffs that were coached by former NFL quarterback John Kitna.
Oh, wow.
John Kitna, who actually played for the Seahawks up there for a while.
Right.
Kitna's philosophy was, with his team, we don't punt. And there was a decision not to punt in a playoff game against Eastside Catholic that gave the Crusaders a really good field position, and it turned the game when they scored the touchdown. And they went on, I think, to at least make the championship game that year.
Oh, my. Well, some laundry on the field.
That one kind of bit them in the back.
Yeah. Well, this is going to give 5 yards to the Broncos. Defensive tackle jumped into the neutral zone. And again, high school, we were talking about this earlier, difference in high school games versus college and the NFL. If you go into the neutral zone, you don't have an opportunity to get back.
Right,
that is a foul.
Dead ball.
Yep,
that is a dead ball, and they will blow the whistle. So now this is in Oakmont territory, 47-yard line, 1st and 5 for Bella Vista. Here's Ferrarini. Ferrarini breaks off to the outside, and he's going to push forward down near the 41-yard line. That should be a Bronco first down. All right, our public address announcer, Quincy Douglas, just cued the crowd. He talked about how that was a run by Dominic Ferrarini for another Broncos, and they didn't yell first down. They need to know that.
You got to train them a little bit.
42-yard line, 1st and 10 Broncos. The running backs in the backfield. Singley continuing at quarterback. That's Ferrarini. Breaks off the first wave of tacklers, refusing to go down, and he pushes his way forward close to the 35. That would be Sam Singley. Sam Singley, number 77. Got to shout out the number 77. You know that.
Yep, I know that. Yep.
Sam Singley is the one you may have heard Quincy in the background call it out. He's the one that helped deliver the block there for Dominic Ferrarini. 2nd and 5. Here's Norwood, right up the middle. All kinds of running room down inside the 20-yard line. We get the first down Broncos call. We get the Sports Center stinger. We got everything going on here, and the Broncos once again moving the ball.
Excellent 18-yard pickup there by Norwood. And boy, is he fast. He looks faster than he was last year.
He was pretty fast last year.
Yeah,
Lopez
he's leaned out a little bit.
1st and 10 Broncos. Lopez gets the carry. Lopez off right tackle, and he's going to make his way down to the 11-yard line. That's going to be about an 8-yard gain for Hugo Lopez. The 2nd and 2 coming up as we approach 3:30 to go. So that stop on defense by the Broncos, that was huge, and they got the ball near midfield on the punt exchange.
Well, now you see them doing what they did in the initial series, run the ball.
2nd and 2 for the Broncos at the 11-yard line. Here's Norwood. He's hit in the backfield, but he is going to push everybody forward down inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be close to the 9-yard line, which is where the down marker is. And they're going to give him the first down.
So that'll be 1st and goal now for the Broncos.
That's 1st and goal for the Broncos at the 9-yard line. Clock is running. Singley under center. Durazo in motion. Ferrarini, left side. Ferrarini, virtually untouched. Touchdown Broncos.
What a run. I don't think anybody laid a hand on him. Oh, my goodness.
9-yard touchdown run by Dominic Ferrarini, and the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this one up. Getting a whistle by the referee.
Well, they didn't stop the clock. Lost about 5 or 6 seconds there. They're going to have to reset the clock. That was...
And what they'll do is, and again, you're familiar with college and pro where they can just announce it to the stadium. They'll come over and talk to the coaches or signal to the booth as to what they need to do. But they could always come to the coaches. They would relay it upstairs, and they could tell the clock operator.
Yeah, I think I heard him say 2:20. Yep, and they did. And they got it fixed. So, yeah, 13 seconds went off there. The Ferrarini celebration in the end zone. They're going to go for 2 here, it looks like.
That's an interesting call. Hash mark on the left side. And that one's going to get blown up right at the 5-yard line. So the Broncos are trying to take the lead there.
Yeah, I don't agree with that kind of fancy extra point stuff. Take the sure thing and tie this game up.
Thomas Lonnie was the ball carrier, and he wasn't able to get past the defenders, and so speaking of Thomas Lonnie, he was the leading scorer for the Bella Vista lacrosse team last year. Quite a battle between him and the senior Max Morris.
Yeah.
And at halftime today, we will be talking with Chris Wilson, who is the new varsity boys lacrosse coach here at Bella Vista, and he'll be shepherding Thomas Lonnie through his senior year and hopefully another 55-plus goal season.
He will.
For Thomas Lonnie. Looking forward to the boys and girls lacrosse seasons. And of course, boys and girls basketball will have that for you. And we'll have the home games here for Bella Vista. Our next game is, 3 weeks from tonight?
3 weeks from tonight, yeah.
Against Del Campo. Another crosstown rivalry.
Yeah,
that'll be on Friday, September 12th. Our coverage will begin right around 6:50, 6:45 p.m. right here. And again, we promise we'll have Coach Ott and me on camera for that interview this next time.
So Bella Vista's got to get a stop here and go into halftime down a point because they'll get the ball to start the second half.
2:01 to go. There is also time to force a turnover, too. We've seen that happen.
Yes.
All right. Here's the approach. And the kick. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded by an up man. That Wilson brings it across the 40-yard line. It's going to give Oakmont some really good field position. That is Roman Gold on the return, a running back and linebacker for Oakmont. He had 17 tackles last year and also a couple of receptions on offense. This is a chance for some kick return yardage. Brings it all the way out to the 45-yard line. That's about a 20-plus yard return. So good field position. We are watching the Bella Vista band make their way down to the field for their performance at halftime. We're going to look forward to featuring the band as well.
Last minute play change here. Looks like 2 wideouts come in for Oakmont.
Ocean Munoz will come out to the left. Malachi Alexander, good to see he's back after getting dinged up a little bit earlier. Stevens out of the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's going to send this one deep over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Overshoots everybody.
Oh, you got to love wide receivers. You just got to love them. Ocean Munoz gets up there looking for a flag. He ran into the defender, but because he fell, tried to get it. You can't fault the kid for doing that at all. But
Turf Monster got him.
Yep. You see that at every level, all the way up to the NFL.
Calling out the receivers here. Wilson in the backfield. Trent Simmer goes out to the right. Harder is the wingman, kind of standing up. There's 2 wide receivers to the left. 2nd and 10 for Oakmont. Here's a pass play, goes to the right to Alexander. Alexander tries to shoot free, gets away from Titus, gets away from a couple of other players, but he is not going to get past the line of scrimmage. Although the referee is going to mark him at the 46-yard line, I don't think he crossed that line.
Yeah, the Broncos are saying they came up with the ball, but referees say no. Yeah, I don't know how you give him positive yards there, right?
He did not cross the 45-yard line. They'll give him a yard to the 46. There were 2 officials standing on the 45-yard line. But the one closest to us, it must have been his call. So he may have seen something that we didn't. 3rd and 9. Got some green shoes on the left guard for Oakmont as well.
They're easy to spot.
They certainly are. Stevens back to pass. That one's deflected in the air. Dominic Ferrarini nearly with the interception. There was a little bit of a collision by Wilson, which is legal once the ball is tipped.
Correct.
By the way. But it looked like Wilson kind of ran past him and made a little bit of contact there, and that prevented Ferrarini. Oh, my goodness. You know that he had his eyes on that one.
Oh, man.
And those eyes were probably as big as my mother's old pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, now I'm hungry, George. But the good news here is even though it wasn't an interception, it is going to force Oakmont to punt, which will give Bella Vista the ball with just under a minute and all 3 of their timeouts. So opportunity for the Broncos to maybe take the lead before halftime.
And maybe Remington can break off a big return. He had a pretty good one the last time.
He did, yes.
The punter, looks like that might be Vasquez. It is. Here's the step. There's the kick. High end over end kick that Remington's going to let it bounce. And it's going to be downed. It's going to be hit by one of the Oakmont players right at the 12-yard line.
Yeah.
So that's where Bella Vista will take over.
It touched Logan Cole in the shin. He was trying to avoid it, and it hit his shin. So, unfortunately, the ball for Oakmont, the ball is down right there instead of getting a few more yards in that roll.
49 seconds to go. So if you're Bella Vista here, you're predominantly a running team. Is this what you want to do here? Do you want to play a conservative, go into the locker room down 1 knowing you're going to get the second half kickoff? Or do you maybe...
Well, if I were
Jack singly loose.
Well, if I were Coach Ott, which I'm not, I would try a run and see if you can get some yardage, call timeout. I think you need to be a little bit deeper to be throwing.
Norwood and Lopez in the backfield. This is Norwood. Or I'm sorry, it's Lopez. And Lopez will shoot forward to the 19-yard line. So that's about a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 to go. Clock continuing to run with 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think this is smart football. Don't try to force something here that's not there. You've had one really big pass play. Other than that, the pass plays have been for a yard each.
Singley back to pass. He's going to try this one deep. Looking for Durazo. And that one's deflected away. And that is Trent Simmer was on the coverage there for Bella Vista, or for Oakmont. Riley Durazo was the intended receiver. Looks like an Oakmont player is down, so the clock is stopped with 11 seconds to go. Well, of course, it's also stopped on the incomplete pass. So that is Kieran O'Connors is the player that is down. He played in the season opener against BV last year. It looks like that was the only game he played on varsity last year. Had a reception for 20 yards against the Broncos in the season opening win for Oakmont last year. And if the reason he only played in one varsity game is that he was injured, he's got to be frustrated right here.
Yeah, he does. You know, while we got a break in the action here and we're talking about green shoes, just give a shout out to a couple BV alums, Damian Rickett and Jacob Disney Taylor, both at Sierra College, have their opening game a week from tomorrow at the College of San Mateo. They both gray-shirted last year, so this will be their first college action. Saw them in a scrimmage a week ago, and both looked excellent in the game.
Good to hear.
Yeah, Damian as a receiver and Disney as an offensive lineman.
And Damian not wearing the green gloves anymore?
Not wearing the green gloves, but O'Connor's is up, so that's good. Yeah, they would go along with Devin Crichton, who graduated last year, who's at American River College, Max Keogh, who graduated last year at Sierra College, and Travis Frank, who's at Sac City.
This does not look good here as two players are really having to help O'Connor's offense.
Yeah, he doesn't look good at all there. He's really struggling.
So let us hope that this young man, he may not be able to play the rest of this game, but let us hope that he gets through this and is back playing again. Here is a run up the gut for Bella Vista. That's going to be a first down but once they wind the clock again, we'll probably bring it to halftime. Looks like that was Ferrarini on the ball carry. As we're at 5.3 seconds to go, they'll wind the clock, and that'll bring to a close the first half of action here at Bella Vista High School. So very entertaining first half. We're going to see if we can get Coach Ott down on the sidelines.
We have quite a show for you.
And he may not. I think there he is. Okay.
Hey guys, I'm going to try to grab Coach. Let's see if we can do this real quick.
He looks like he's walking away. I think he might.
I think he's already thinking, how do I change from this 14-13 game? So we'll have to catch him afterwards.
That's fine. We can certainly do that. Brandon, some observations for you down at field level.
I feel bad. I see that Oakmont guy is injured there right at the end of the second quarter. That's what Bella Vista dealt with the entire game, that first game last year at Oakmont. I think we had 6 or 7 players go down, and they were down for the game. Fortunately for Bella Vista, as I've been watching, I've seen a couple of guys come off with little dings. They've had to go over to the EMT and get taped up. But other than that, everybody seems to be playing healthy this first half. It looks like just the 1 or 2 people for Oakmont going out with an injury right there at the end of the second quarter. But that's definitely been a difference in the game today versus a year ago when we were at Oakmont dealing with a lot of injuries.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. So your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I thought, Bella Vista started out really great. Oakmont really returned the favor and then some, and then Bella Vista showed a lot of life here by scoring, getting within a point, and really looking pretty good. If there would have been another minute or 2 on the clock there at the end of the half, curious to see what would have happened. So I think if they make some adjustments, tighten up a little bit, clean up the mistakes, I think that this could be Bella Vista on their way to breaking an 11-game losing streak. And
let's hope that happens.
Yeah,
that would be fantastic for them. They're only down by 1 here at halftime. That first possession coming off of an interception, they made something happen. And then they got that touchdown right before the end of the half to get within 1. They got a little cute, I think, by going for 2 and trying to take the lead.
Yes, I would agree with that. If you look at the first half, you have 111 yards rushing for Bella Vista. You have 45 yards passing for Singley, and Durazo, the receiver, the lone receiver for the Broncos. But I think 100 yards in the first half rushing. If you had an individual running back that had 100 yards in a game, you'd say, hey, they had a great game. So
to mix it up among the
big
that was
3,
so to speak.
Yes, exactly.
That's really cool. So you see the cheerleaders on the field right now. The band will be taking the field, and then we are looking forward after the band performs to be talking with Chris Wilson, the new head lacrosse coach here at Bella Vista. So what would you like to see from the Broncos in the second half?
Well, I think I need to see a little more running because when they're running the ball, they're making yardage. The blocks are there. So I think we need a little bit more of that. I think you do have to keep the passing going because that keeps the defense honest. And then on the defensive side of the ball, just tighten it up in the secondary. The secondary looks much improved to last year, but if they could tighten that up a little bit more, I think, again, we're on our way to a Bronco victory today.
So it's the first game of the season for the Bella Vista Broncos. It's a 1-point deficit here at halftime. A couple of games in the near future. Casa is at
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now is Casa, so they've got a game next week, and then which I think is Nevada Union.
Yep.
That's right.
Nevada Union.
A lot of this is the reverse of last year, with the exception of Del Campo.
Correct.
Del Campo comes in replacing. I don't even remember who.
Lincoln. They'll replace Lincoln. The Lincoln game. So, I'm excited. Yes. That was a good, solid first half. Mistakes on both sides, but they're right here in it and got an opportunity to get that first win of the season.
All right, so our next broadcast will be 3 weeks from tonight as the Del Campo Cougars will come to town and take on the Bella Vista Broncos. And we have it on the blade. It says 6:50. We're going to try and start around 6:45. That depends on how long the JV game goes.
That's right.
And the JV game went really long tonight. That's why we began after 8 o'clock tonight. And so we'll be right on, and we'll try to keep you posted on everything. But if we don't start right away, just be ready for us, because we're going to be on September 12th as the Del Campo Cougars will be here, and we're looking forward to some exciting action here. Christian Brothers will be coming here this year. Inderkum was here last year, so that'll be on the road.
Wood Creek, yeah.
Wood Creek will be here.
Yep.
Yes, so looking forward to that. And again, with this league that Bella Vista is in, one of the things I like about them is they are embracing it.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of complaints that they really got placed in a league that where there's a lot of really great teams, but they're like, you know what, we're going to embrace that. We're going to work hard, and we're going to try, and we think we can play with anybody.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right, he's Aaron Keogh. Brandon Simpson's down on the sidelines. I'm George Tharlson. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. The band is about to come out onto the field here, and when we come back on the other side of the band's performance, Chris Wilson, the new head coach of the varsity lacrosse program here at Bella Vista, will be joining us, and we're looking forward to that. So here comes the band.
Out on the canvas. Then we're gonna bring down with some pop tunes. Tonight we're performing APT under the field direction of drum major Danielle Schmidt. Here's the Bella Vista Marching Band.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But it's okay. It wasn't terrible.
Another great performance by the Bella Vista Band as we are here at halftime, and like to introduce you to Chris Wilson, the new lacrosse coach here at Bella Vista High School. And Chris is no stranger to the program. You've been a local coach with the Fair Oaks Lacrosse, and of course your son Rylan is ready to go into his third year on varsity here this coming year. So first of all, congratulations on the new gig, I guess.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm very excited about the season. Obviously, as you pointed out, I've been coaching a lot of these boys since they were in second and third grade, so a lot of familiar faces and can't wait to get out there and get to work.
Now, you've seen what the team's been able to do the last couple of years. Of course, last year they make the playoffs, which was fantastic, both the boys and the girls. So what are your thoughts about taking it to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were very fortunate to have a coach of Coach Goldsmith's caliber the last few years, and obviously there's a lot of momentum right now just with Bella Vista lacrosse and Fair Oaks lacrosse in general. So I think one of the biggest keys that that myself and the coaching staff are discussing is how to keep that momentum going.
We had kind of a lot of fun last year watching Thomas Lonnie and Max Morris really battle it out for the scoring title, and Thomas Lonnie wins out, but still between the two of them, that was just absolutely fantastic. Of course, Thomas is playing in this game. Cody Simpson is on the varsity football team here, so you got a couple of your players that are playing tonight, but obviously come spring, it's helmets of a different kind and some weapons in their hands.
Yeah, it's obviously been a lot of fun to hear hear a bunch of the players' names being called tonight in both the JV and the varsity game.
So what can we expect for you got a lot of experience coming back, so what can we expect with the team this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it goes without saying that we did lose 3 first-team all-conference players, seniors that graduated, and then we lost one of our defensive captains, who was an all-honorable mention all-league. But we are returning, like you said, we're returning Thomas Lonnie, we're returning Rylan Wilson, and we're returning Jackson, who were both second-team all-conference. And I think that we have a lot of players that are ready to make a jump forward as well. So I think that even though we will miss some of those first-team players, we have plenty of talent ready to go.
Rylan Wilson, Jackson Ellsworth, both, and a year apart in class, but both have been part of the varsity team since their freshman year. So you got some guys there that are building a lot of experience, starting with the varsity from the very beginning.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience on our varsity team. I do anticipate we've had to, fortunately or unfortunately, bring up a lot of underclassmen the last few years. I see this year it's going to be mostly upperclassmen on the varsity team.
All right, so we'll get it all started come, what is it, February is when we get started?
Yeah, season starts February 9th, and we got our first game scheduled for February 24th, so we get right into it.
Oh, wow, so exciting. So that's going to be in the spring. Of course, we have a football season to get through, a basketball season to get through, and then it will be lacrosse. And Coach Chris Wilson will be leading the way for the Bella Vista Broncos this year. And so, again, thank you for joining us today. Good luck. We will be talking to you as we get ready to go for the upcoming season.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, you bet, Chris. Thank you so much. That's Chris Wilson, the head coach of the Bella Vista lacrosse team. All right, so we are just a few moments away from getting this one, the second half of action starting. About a minute and a half to go before we get going. Both teams with a couple of touchdowns on the board, and the difference in the game, the Broncos deciding to go for 2 points after their second touchdown and the attempt not working out. So that is why it is a 14-13 game here at halftime. The Broncos are going to get the ball to start the second half. What would you like to see them do on offense?
Well, I would like to see them with some big power runs again to get going. I think that would be a really good start. I did learn that the 2-point conversion was a little bit of miscommunication. There should have been a shift on that, and it's what Wood Creek runs. So there should have been a shift to the players, and then the play was run. And apparently the shift wasn't called for, and that's why the ball carrier ran right into the Oakmont defenders. So hopefully they can get that cleaned up. But yeah, as far as this first series, got to keep the intensity up. When the intensity's high, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. This is a smaller team than last year, size-wise. So if they can keep the intensity high and use their speed to their advantage, they're going to be able to put points on the board, and that's what I'd like to see.
Broncos will get the ball to start the second half, and certainly they would like to do with their first possession of the second half what they did with their first possession of the first half.
Well, you and I would like that too.
Get that on the board.
Welcome to the second half of our contest.
So, Brandon, let's check in with you as we get this second half underway. The Broncos are taking the field, so your thoughts as we get ready for the final 24 minutes of this one.
My thoughts are I hope they have some success running the football the way they did in the first half. They also need to do something in that passing game. I think Aaron talked about it. There was that one nice pass. Other than that, a couple of little swing passes for a yard, but nothing else. So I think keep the running game up and hopefully mix in some decent passes and get that offense going again and win this game.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. We'll check in with you throughout the game, throughout the second half, and get some additional observations. So like having Brandon on the sideline. That's fun.
Yeah, it adds a little bit, of just other input and kind of getting the vibe down on the field. And, the Broncos got to stay loose here. This is their home opener. This is for these seniors. This is the start of your senior season. You want to send a message. You want to establish that we are not the team of last year. We're a new team. We've got new opportunities, and we're going to win some games. So,
and if you happen to see the interview that we had with the players, one of the things that Joaquin Vara mentioned is, I got 10 more games left. So anybody who's a senior on this team, they got 10 more games. They got 9.5 games left
they have 9.5 left now. That's right.
So this is, and sometimes these seasons just go by really fast.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock here on the West Coast, but this first half seemed to really go by fast. We'll see what happens. Again, hoping that number 8 for Oakmont, Kieran O'Connors, is okay.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll, hope. I don't see him warming up on the Oakmont sideline. So hopefully, they'll be able to get him fixed up and he'll be back next week. But certainly didn't look good, and thoughts are with him and his family.
So just a quick couple of notes before we get the second half underway. The Broncos' next game will be a week from tonight. They'll be up in Grass Valley to take on Nevada Union. Hopefully, if you want to make it out to that game, make that nice scenic drive up to Grass Valley.
That's right.
NFHS will have the live stream as they have the live streams for the Nevada Union games. And then 2 weeks from tonight, the Broncos will be taking on Casa Roble. And that will be at Casa this year. And so certainly go out and support the Broncos. If you can't make it to that game, Orangevale Live will have the live stream for that one. So we look
Cowbell Classic.
Cowbell Classic. And we'll have we look forward to having that back on our stream next year. So that'll be fun.
Well, I really hope when you and I are back in action, we'll be looking at a 3-0 Bronco team. That would be an excellent way to welcome the crowd back to BV Live Sports for this football season.
That would be a lot of fun. But in order to get there, you got to win game one. And right now the Broncos are down by 1. And I guess they're going to kick this one from just away from the Broncos' main.
There we go. Yeah.
So the Broncos with possession to begin the second half. As Marcus Vasquez will put his left foot on the ball when the time comes to get the third quarter underway as we head into the second to last weekend in August. Next weekend is Labor Day weekend.
Isn't that crazy?
That is amazing. So what's going on now?
Oh, we're on the wrong side of the field here.
So they are going to kick from the snout.
Yeah.
So
the snout was just calling him in.
So it was Bella Vista's call at the start of the game to defer. So they got to choose which side.
And they
so
deferred,
Oakmont,
yes.
And so Oakmont got to call. And I guess everybody was lined up wrong. Players didn't realize it. It must have been the coach. And the coach, he wants to defend the south end zone in the third and the north end zone in the fourth. So that's how it will go. Vasquez now on the right of your screen is getting set to put his left foot on the ball.
Well, I'm certainly grateful that it is a balmy 89 degrees now instead of the 103 or 4 degrees it was at kickoff of the JV game earlier today.
Here's the approach. Vasquez from the snout. It's a line drive kick. that is going to go into the end zone, and the Broncos will begin play at the 20-yard line here as we start the third quarter. Tell you what, Vasquez has quite a leg.
Yeah, he has booted all but one of those kickoffs into the end zone, and the one that he didn't was down to about the 1. Impressive for a high school kid.
Broncos would do well to build a lead here so that they don't have to come down to the possibility of Vasquez trying a field goal to win the game.
Correct.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line for Bella Vista. And we have Singley, of course, continuing at quarterback. Ferrarini, the lone setback. Lopez or rather, it's Norwood coming in motion. Here goes Dominic Ferrarini right up the middle across the 30, and he is ankle tackled right at that point. Otherwise, he's off to the races. He'll give him 11 yards to the 31-yard line. Dominic Ferrarini is having a great game today.
He is. He is establishing himself here often and early in this game.
And not just on offense. He's played well on defense as well.
He has.
Norwood and Ferrarini are in the backfield. First and 10 Broncos. Here's Dominic once again. Has an opening. Cuts free. He's across the 40 and rumbles his way out to the 45-yard line.
15-yard pickup there for him. 2 back-to-back runs. I love it.
It's interesting, during basketball season last year, I was getting ready to do a game, and I don't even remember who the game was against, but he was there, and he came over, and he talked to me a little bit about how much he enjoys getting to watch the games afterwards.
Sure. Well, he's certainly going to like it tonight so far, because he's having a great game.
I think I know what he's doing tomorrow morning. Here's Norwood with the handoff on first and 10. Norwood slips some tackles. Norwood across midfield. Norwood down near the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41. And there is a flag that comes down really late.
So it was a 14-yard pickup, but there was a flag at the end of the run, which might have been a face mask, and then there were flags here. So 2 thrown.
It could be
offsetting penalties.
Could be offsetting penalties, which means we replay the down. That would be unfortunate for Bella Vista. So here is the white hat, personal foul, and that's it.
So they must have thrown about the well.
2 flags. Maybe they both saw the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So that 14-yard pickup will stand for Norwood.
I don't know what the second flag would have been about. Looks like they may still be talking.
Well, I thought it was a face mask because of the way that it came in at the end of the run, but
well, they're sending Oakmont back.
Yeah, so it's a 13-yard run for Norwood.
And the personal foul's tacked on to the end.
Correct.
I'm wondering if there were 2 different personal fouls on Oakmont. Because the referee, the white hat, he threw the flag at the 50-yard line, and he's the one that made the call, so he knew about a personal foul. There's another flag, maybe he didn't see it. And now, so we'll see this again. So face mask.
Yes.
And then he's still standing there, personal foul. So this is going to be a lot of yardage for Bella Vista.
It's 30 yards.
Now, he did not motion personal foul for the face mask. I don't know if they still have the 5 and 15 in, but this is being marked from the 40 down to the 20. So it looks like it's 20 yards in penalty. So a 5-yard face mask and a 15-yard personal foul. So first and 10 Bella Vista at the 21-yard line after all those penalties. Durazo in motion to the left. Lopez refusing to go down, keeps the feet moving and pushing forward for about a 3-yard gain. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, you didn't see that on the camera, but it happened in my periphery. Some of the drums from the band actually fell off their stands and came running down. So that was my reaction. Nobody hurt. Everybody's fine. Looks like the drums are okay. Maybe Brandon can get us an injury report on the drums. So,
well, one thing there, I saw Hugo Lopez kind of came hobbling off on the sideline, which is not good after that run. Hopefully he just got kind of tangled up there.
Second down and 7. Here's Norwood. Norwood kind of runs right into his own defender, but he'll work his way down to the 15-yard line. So a third down and about 3 yards to go. Here are the cheerleaders down below.
They want us to get on the Bronco train.
Yes, indeed.
Pick me up. I'm on. Let's punch this in.
3rd and 5 for Bella Vista from just outside the 15-yard line. Ferrarini, the lone setback. Jet sweep goes to Norwood. Norwood shoots his way down inside the 10. He'll have a first down to the 8-yard line.
8-yard pickup for Norwood.
First and goal. Ball's going to be spotted at the 8-yard line.
Wait, are we not doing this thing?
7-yard line.
So they'll mark it at the 7. 1st and goal, Broncos. Norwood and Ferrarini in the backfield. Here goes Dom. Dom is just going to push his way forward down to about the 6-yard line.
Maybe a yard there.
So that's a pickup of 1. 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line.
And this is where you got to ask your offensive linemen to dig deep. They've done a great job blocking for the most part all night tonight. Here you need them to deliver big for these running backs.
Ferrarini and Norwood. 2nd and goal, 6-yard line. Durazo in motion. Here's Norwood. Norwood cuts free. He'll push forward down across the 5-yard line. Looks like he gets a yard to the 5. They're going to mark the progress down at the 5-yard line. And so it'll be 3rd down and goal now from the 5. Do you think maybe a pass here?
I would certainly look at that opportunity. I would not anticipate a field goal coming up here. I think they're going to try to get it in. So you got 2 plays. I certainly think sneak a throw in here that could trick the defense a little bit. You don't need a lot of yards, even a 2 or 3 yard pass, and then you get a couple yards into the end zone on a run after catch.
Here's Ferrarini. He'll go right side, push his way forward. He's keeping those feet going, still on his feet, pushing toward the goal line. He's in! Touchdown Broncos! It looked like he was stopped 72 times, but he still got in.
I don't know how he got in, but he did. Wow.
Broncos now take the lead here in the 3rd quarter, opening possession of the 3rd quarter, and they take nearly 5 minutes off the clock. 2nd touchdown of the game for the Broncos.
And that's what you want. That's just power football. It wears the defense out. It's the second half. You got to wear that defense out. That opens up the holes.
So the Broncos at this point, they're not chasing points. They're going to go ahead and kick the extra point here. As Pennington to do the duty, Thomas Lonnie to hold. Here's the snap. It's low on the ground. There's the kick. It's good. It looked like Oakmont was charging someone from the left side, and if he got into the neutral zone, they're going to have to kick it again because that's.
Or they could decline the penalty and just take the point.
But usually it's a dead ball when you jump the neutral
that's true.
zone.
Yeah.
But it looks like everybody's coming off the field.
Extra point is good.
So extra point is good. So they're going to waive off the penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that offside immediately
Nor am I.
stopping the clock. I'm also not a fan of the personal fouls not being first downs if there's more than 15 yards to go.
Yes. Agree.
So that brings us to 20-14. It's a 6-point game. So if Oakmont scores a touchdown and kicks the extra point, they go back in the lead. So, but the Broncos decided at that point they're not going to go for 2. Maybe later in the game they might.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was smart football. Because if you go for 2 and you don't get it, then you're only up 5, and that just doesn't feel as good as being up 6. So
correct.
I think that was a smart play by Coach Ott and his offense. And now you asked a lot of your offense. They delivered, right? That's what you wanted right off the bat on the start of the third quarter. Now your defense has got to deliver. They got to get a stop.
Okay, so it looks like the offside penalty is being assessed on the kickoff. No,
That'd be a personal foul.
this looks like a personal foul.
15 yards.
Well, maybe that's what the penalty was. It wasn't offside.
You know
It
what
was
they might have
something else.
done is if you hit the center while he's snapping, that's a personal foul. You can't do that. He's defenseless.
And so maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I just saw the guy charging from the outside. I thought maybe he was in the neutral zone.
Well,
But
or-
that would have been a dead ball.
It would have been. So, well, and it could have been the guy charging, jumped up, which is also you can't use a offensive player or a kicking team member to propel yourself up in high
Right.
school either. So,
All right. The Broncos set to kick this one away. Pennington puts his foot to it. And the kick will be fielded just around the 10-yard line. It's Malachi Alexander. He gets spun around across the 20-yard line.
okay, defense, let's
So,
go to work.
23-yard line for Oakmont, and they've had success moving the football. Nico Smith, the senior quarterback, started the game for Oakmont. He was hit as he threw an interception on the first possession of the game. Elijah Stevens has been the quarterback ever since. If you read the preview for Oakmont in the Roseville Press Tribune and on Gold Country Media, they were talking about how Nico Smith was going to be the guy this year. The
Right.
senior, he was the third-string quarterback last year behind two seniors, had a great sophomore campaign, and so I can only imagine that maybe on that pass he may have been hurt.
Yeah,
But Elijah Stevens has moved the team.
he has commanded his troops well. Personal foul again against Oakmont. Again. I mean, I don't know how many personal fouls, but I mean, if this was last year, we'd be talking about this being Bella Vista, but they have really cleaned up in the penalty department compared to last year.
So Oakmont almost in self-destruct mode at this point.
Well, I will say this. So this game was on the road last year. It was very physical. It was very chippy, and there were a lot of injuries, and there was a lot of claim that a lot of those injuries were from illegal type things. So, officials might be seeing things a little bit differently this time. Don't know if that's the case or not, but certainly when you see this many personal fouls, it does make you wonder.
So this personal foul appears that it happened obviously during the play. So this is going to be 1st and 10.
Well, that's back-to-back personal fouls, too, because
Right.
there was one on the extra point.
Deep in their own territory. Stevens in the shotgun. Alexander in motion to the right. Stevens, he's got time. Sings it over the middle. And we've got some running room. That's Harder once again. And Gavin Harder makes it harder on the Bella Vista defense, if you will. And he'll get this one out near the 30-yard line. Looks like an injured Bronco on the field. In fact, look at this.
Quarterback's helping him stretch.
The Oakmont player, it looks like maybe it's a cramp. And the Oakmont player is there.
That's Ferrarini.
That's Ferrarini.
Well, and Guillermo Perez with the tackle got up a little
Respect.
gingerly, too.
What respect.
And look here. We got Trey Mello helping 24 across. He's
Look
injured.
at this.
Trent Simmer being helped off the field by a Bella Vista player. So,
And it looks like, and it looks like maybe in both cases it is cramps. Maybe Brandon can find out something for us and check in with us when.
yeah, maybe if he finds out if it's cramps or not, he could let us know. Oh, maybe he
Got
does
something,
know.
Brandon?
Well, I don't know, but I can tell you it is hot down here. It's after 10 o'clock at night. It's 10:10 here, and I bet it's 85, 90 degrees down here. So my guess is some cramping, and I was going to say, I'm the one coming out of half that said Bella Vista needs to pass the ball more. But, man, if we can get some 5-minute sustained running drives like that, we're just going to wear down that other team, not only from the runs, but from the 90-degree weather here at 10:10. So I'll try to find out what's going on with those injuries, but I'm guessing it's cramping.
And it looked like one player from each team had cramped, and what respect the opposing players helping the injured players. That's fantastic. 6:50 to go. 1st and 10 for Oakmont after that big pass play. This one is just shy of the 35-yard line.
Is it down, up, or up, down? Or down, up, then we go up, down. Or down, up. We need a bigger up, down. So why were they going up, down? I don't know.
Stevens Right over the middle, sliding attempt by Alexander. I think that hit the ground. Are they going to give him the catch?
No, line judge here says incomplete.
Okay, they're going to bring it back. I will say I had the binoculars on that play, and it looked like
it hit the ground.
Moving.
Don't have the benefit of instant replay here, but I'm with you. It looked like it hit the ground. Second and 10.
So Wilson will line up as the running back in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Play fake. Stevens backpedaling. He's in trouble. He gets hit. He gets spun down at the 20-yard line.
What a sack.
And that's Cooper Thorne again. Cooper Thorne quietly has had a nice game.
I mean, I don't even know if how many sacks the Broncos had last year. They've had a couple tonight. They're getting really good penetration. And you said that earlier in the game, George, on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. They are getting through the line. Really impressive work.
All right, 3rd down and half the distance to Arbuckle. Better stop there, Mr. Alexander, as he was moving forward. And he did stop. Elijah Stevens sends that one off the hands of Ocean Munoz. And I tell you what, Munoz had a half step, and if he hauls that in, he may not score, but he would have had a first down.
He would have had a first down
on 3rd and 24.
And that's going to force a punt.
I am really, really impressed with Elijah Stevens. I'm also impressed with Malachi Alexander and Ocean Munoz. Jaden Beasley, their top wide receiver, is not playing tonight. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. They really talked him up in the preview article for in the Roseville newspaper, and he's not available tonight.
Yep. Had to have gotten hurt in a scrimmage, I think. Oh, someone's late to the party for Oakmont, a lineman.
Yeah, they're counting, and they're trying to get somebody
and
in.
Another one.
And give Vasquez a lot of credit there to count the players, make sure everybody's there. He's going to have to snap it quickly. The lineman's going to have to set in time, avoid the delay of game. There's the left-footed boot from Vasquez, and Remington's going to let that go. And this is going to be down at the 20-yard line. You wonder, and maybe Remington just realized he wasn't in the right place to move over, and he didn't want to chance anything.
That had
like
to have
to
been.
see somebody move over and make the fair catch and not give up the yardage. Don't want to be too critical of the Broncos. They've got a 20-14 lead and hope to add more to that.
Good opportunity. So good offensive start, good defensive finish. Back on the offensive side of the ball. Let's move the ball some more.
Well, and I want to see if Dominic Ferrarini's back in. And I bet you he is. Yep. He's right there in the backfield. So it looks like he's okay.
Yep. Must have been some cramping, and that's it.
That had to be. So they probably got him some fluids on the sidelines. Norwood comes in motion. There goes Dominic Ferrarini. Carries some tacklers with him. Not going down. He keeps this going. We're going to start calling him beast mode.
Well, he's up to 77 yards rushing tonight.
How about that?
But does look a little ginger again, like the cramps are back.
He's limping off the field. He picked up his foot. That doesn't look like a cramp. Oh, he's having a lot of difficulty getting over to the sideline. They're going to need to get him over to the bench and sit him down, I think. But he's actually just going off to the corner. He just set his tossed his helmet down too. So here's a handoff up the middle for the Broncos. That's Hugo Lopez. He lowered the shoulder on the defender across the 45-yard line. Check that, the 35-yard line.
Looked like about a 10-yard run there for Hugo.
That's a first down for the Broncos. They'll keep this one going as we approach 4:20 to go. Thank you to everybody watching tonight here on BV Live Sports. Don't forget to join us in 3 weeks as the Broncos take on Del Campo. 1st and 10. Right up the middle. This looks like it might be Gage Titus carrying the ball. Indeed, Gage Titus, probably more of a tight end and a defender this year, but with Dominic Ferrarini banged up right now and getting a little treatment, I guess. They give Gage Titus an opportunity there. Titus runs for 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Looks like we're going to get a timeout called here. Timeout Oakmont. That is their first of the half. And anyway, let's.
They are going to give him a first down.
Looking down on the sidelines, I see Dominic Ferrarini is on the sideline there. It's like one of the trainers there brought him some fluids, so they're going to try and get that figured out. So maybe it is just cramping.
Well, one of the things I think you got to keep in mind too, Bella Vista's team, they have just under 40 players on their varsity team. But when you're playing another varsity, first string of the varsity squad, and you're asking a lot of Dominic Ferrarini in very warm, I would say hot conditions tonight, first game of the year, that takes a lot out of you. And so you have to really dig deep. You got to work through some of the both physical challenges like cramping as well as some of the, mental demons, if you will, that you got to deal with and work through to finish the game. So hopefully he'll be able to get those cramps worked out and get back out there and push through because the Broncos need him.
On both offense and defense.
Correct.
So Hugo Lopez getting some additional playing time. Durazo and Shadko and Thorne will all go to the left. Now Shadko comes over to the right. Lopez is the lone setback for the Broncos. And as Aaron mentioned, it is a first down, so it's 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, this is Durazo. Durazo turns the corner, and he gets across midfield. He's down close to the 45. We're going to call it the 46. That is a gain of 6 yards on the play. I like the use of the jet sweep.
Yeah, and that's his first rushing carry of the night. He's touched the ball on the passing side as a receiver, but that was his first run.
So it'll be 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Trying to spot Ferrarini in the group here. Back to action here. Durazo comes in motion once again. This time it's Lopez. Lopez with some running room, lowers the head. He's got the first down at the 40-yard line. So Hugo Lopez with a first down for the Broncos.
And I love this. It's another sustained long run. Use what's working, and that's the run right now for the Broncos. Little player substitution there. Cooper Thorne coming out. Devon Norwood going in.
Lots of depth on this Bronco team, as you mentioned, Cooper Thorne. He's had a terrific game tonight.
He has.
Split backs in the backfield on 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Norwood and Lopez. This is Norwood. Norwood almost slipped through a tackle as he gets it inside the 40-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about a 2-yard gain there at the 39-yard line. And it looks like Norwood is a little slow to get up, but he's all right. He didn't need medical staff to come out, so he gets to stay in the game.
Clock continuing to run, just under, coming up on a minute 30 left in the third quarter.
All right, so Durazo and Shadko off to the left. Split backs in the backfield. This is Lopez. Lopez breaks free. Lopez down the sideline inside the 20. He did step out of bounds. He was shoved out of bounds by Logan Cole at the 17-yard line. So Logan Cole, the senior linebacker for the Oakmont Vikings, is the one that made the touchdown-saving tackle there by shoving him out of bounds. That's another first down for the Broncos. They lead by 6 with 1:15 to go in the third quarter of play. And in the season opener for 2025, Broncos offense is looking really good right now. I formation for the Broncos. You don't see that very much anymore. Norwood right up the middle, and he is going to fall forward a little bit. It's like about a yard gain. Let's see where they mark this. The ball was at the 18. Looks like they're going to call this no gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10, under a minute to go.
And I like, when you watch the offensive line of the Broncos, when they're falling down, they're falling forward. And that's a sign that you're pushing the defenders back. That's a good sign for the offensive line.
Why are we getting
Lopez, the lone setback. That's Norwood coming in motion, and it looks like maybe
5 yards for the Broncos.
Jumped offside. You saw the Broncos come up and they start clapping. So that's going to make it 2nd and 5. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter, and we've got ourselves something special brewing for Bella Vista.
Yeah, we do. We haven't kept track of the penalties tonight, but definitely have gone the Broncos' way. Oops, sorry.
2nd down for the Broncos. This one goes to Lopez, breaks off to the left, and he'll be down inside the 10-yard line. Going to take it to the 9. That's going to be 3rd down and about 1 yard to go. And Broncos probably going to let the quarter run out here. And they're just staying back in the huddle right now, so they'll probably look to let this run down. As we come to the end of the third quarter of play, the Broncos will be on the north end with this 3rd and 1 coming up from the 9-yard line as we come to the end of the third quarter of play. And 20-14, the Broncos with the only score in the third quarter.
Yeah, and threatening again to score and go up by, possibly 2 scores here. So this would be a great opportunity if they get into the end zone to go for 2 and try to make it a full 2 scores out. Yeah, really impressive. I don't know, call it halftime adjustments, call it nerves, whatever it was. Definitely, if you were given in a boxing match or UFC match, Bella Vista won the third quarter.
Well, and they dominated possession. Kind of possession, I would be curious to see that for this year, or for this quarter alone, because they had the opening possession where it took 5 minutes off the clock, and this one's been taking a while, too.
Yeah, it has. It really has. So that's really a great thing for the Broncos. So, they got to finish this drive off, right? And until they get into the end zone, it's not a done job. So we'll have to see what happens here.
Let's quickly check in with Brandon down on the sideline heading toward the fourth quarter. I hear the energy.
Yeah, guys, the energy is high, and I think that's one of the few times cut out there where a team scores just 1 touchdown, and you'd say that was probably a perfect quarter for them. They held the ball almost the whole quarter. They didn't give up any points, and they got their touchdown. Great quarter for the Broncos.
3rd and 1 for the Broncos. From the 9-yard line, the handoff goes to Lopez. He pushes the tackle. He pushes the pile. He pushes into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. That's a 9-yard run for Hugo Lopez with 11:58 to go in the ball game. And the Broncos find themselves up now by 2 touchdowns. And just like you called it, Aaron.
I can be Brandon, that's fine. I like him just fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
But just like you called it, Aaron, the Broncos are going to go for 2 here. So Lopez and Norwood in the backfield. Singley under center. Singley's going to roll out. He's going to run. He's got the opening. He's in the end zone for 2.
And that's what we needed right there. 28 points, 2 full scores. Got a quarter left. Now we're rolling.
One thing Coach Ott told us during the pregame interview today is that we're going to see Jack use his legs more. There's There's Exhibit A right there.
Yeah, if you want to win football games, you got to be fearless. You got to be ready to attack. And in your quarterback, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities to throw tonight, but he certainly turned the Jets on with his legs and got 2 big, crucial points for the Broncos.
So the Broncos, it looks like we have an injured player. Take a look at this here.
That's Xavier Clark-Cruz, 58. But he's walking under his own power, which is good.
It looks good for him, yeah, as he's coming off. So the Broncos now 2-touchdown lead. 2-touchdown lead for the Broncos. And now it is the defense's turn to shine. You want the defense to shut down Oakmont on this possession, force another punt, and then maybe the Broncos can put it together another one of those lengthy drives, chew up some time, and get some more points on the board.
Yeah, you can, essentially, if you continue to play at this level, you can put this game to bed if you can get a stop and another score here, the way that they're chewing up clock on offense. Well, first things first, though, you got to get a good kickoff here. And I did not realize, but I saw his mom at halftime. Nate DeLucchi did the kicking right before halftime. I don't know who's going to do the kickoff here.
Well, it's Pennington, and he's lining up on the snout.
There we go. Perfect. I love how the band is getting into it, too. I feel like I'm at a college football game.
So Malachi Alexander is the deep man. Ocean Munoz is back there. And also back deep to receive is Roman Gold.
Kendrick Bowie.
He's kind of late getting on, but he'll find his spot on the kick return team. He finds it, slots in. Pennington from the snout. There's a drive and kick towards the sideline. Munoz has it. Can they trap him to the sideline? Slips one tackle. It does not slip the other as they slowed him down. And Holsapple in the green shoes. Green shoe power, just like Zia Martin on the Browns team.
Nice kick by Sam Pennington.
Yes. So this will be spotted at, looks like the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Broncos.
And no one has left. No, the stands are still packed on both sides.
That is so cool.
That band is getting us moving and grooving. Thank you, Mr.
All right, here we go.
1st and 10 Oakmont, 27-yard line. Let's see if they have an answer. Down by 14. Stevens. That one's deflected, it looks like. And it was right in front of it, hit the ground right in front of Dominic Ferrarini back in the game.
Yep.
Glad to see that.
All right.
Ferrarini looking to get the call as he'll tell everybody what they need to do on this play by using some language that none of us would understand.
That's right. A lot of just
numbers and
letters and
colors and whatever.
That's right.
2nd and 10. Stevens again looking left, and that's off the hands of Alexander, who was wide open and had some running room. So now it's 3rd and 10. So far, so good on this possession for Bella Vista, and you know that they would like to get another stop on this play as well and force Oakmont to make a decision. At 11:40 in the 4th quarter, they would probably still punt.
Yeah, I would anticipate if they can get a stop here, a punt, but you know they're going to throw. So you got to have really good coverage here.
2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They've got a wing to the left as well. Here's Stevens over the middle, and a diving catch is made by Ocean Munoz up across the 45-yard line. So that's a first down for Oakmont. Very impressive. Oh, but that's coming back. Holding penalty against the Vikings, and so that'll be a 10-yard penalty. tell you what, everything looked good as far as Stevens and then Munoz going to the ground to make that catch. But unfortunately, maybe some of the extra time that Stevens had was as a result of a hold.
Well, and typically that's what you see when they feel like they have all day to throw. Generally, it's because somebody has a little hold of a jersey. And when you are getting penetration like the Broncos are on defense, the opportunity to hold just grows because you got to grab something to keep from getting to your quarterback.
This is a 10-yard penalty marked back to the 17. 3rd and 20.
Big play for the Broncos.
I tell you what, if they run that same play with the same success, they'll get a first down.
They will.
2 wide receivers to the right with the hash mark on the right side. That's the short side of the field. 1 wide receiver with a lot of green is Ocean Munoz to the left. Alexander comes in motion to the left as well. And Stevens is looking to his left. He's going to set up. He's going to send this one deep. What a catch made in double coverage. Right across the 45-yard line. Ocean Munoz with the catch. Got in between 2 Bella Vista defenders. And I think Stevens just willed that one.
You called it. If they ran basically the same play to Ocean Munoz, it was going to be a first down, and that's what they did.
They made use with the hash mark on the right. They made use of that wide side of the field.
Yes, they did, especially loading over on the hash side. Cheated the defense over on the short side of the field and left Ocean Munoz wide open.
And Munoz will again line up to the left. The hash mark is on the left, so he's short side of the field. 2 wide receivers on the right. And again, Malachi Alexander comes in motion to the left. 14-point Bella Vista lead. Just under 11 minutes to go. Here's a handoff to Wilson. Wilson refusing to go down. Makes his way close to midfield. It looks like they're going to mark the progress at the 49-yard line. So that's a gain of, well, it looks like no gain on the play. Hugo Lopez on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 10 as we're under 10:20 to go in the fourth quarter. David Wilson, very impressive as a running back for Oakmont tonight. Right behind. Broncos step forward.
Well, the right tackle flinched, or the tight end flinched, though.
Well, we'll see what happens, see what they call.
Yep, and it is offsides. The right tackle, 66, moved.
So they'll call the false start against Oakmont. So they saw it. So Eagle Eyes Keo and Eagle Eyes for the ref.
Well, the defense has been playing with such a high level of intensity that puts that offensive line on alert. And, you know, was it on 1? Was it on 2? Oh, and it's all it takes.
And after the game that Cooper Thorne has had tonight, I would have called him for an offside.
Well, the beauty of it, too, is if the offensive guy moves and the defensive guy goes right away, it's hard to not call that as a false start because you could say, well, he moved.
2nd and 15. Stevens looking left once again. Now he's in trouble. Now being flushed out of the pocket, comes back to the right as he throws the pass incomplete as he tried to get it to Alexander across midfield on the sideline. And it's Gage Titus and Guillermo Perez were there on the coverage. And so now it is 3rd down.
Well,
this is where they need the music. 3rd down.
That's right. Well, one of the things I love, an adjustment they made on defense this year, if you notice, a lot of times when there's a play, and that was a good example, it's not just one Bronco defender. There's 2 or 3 or 4. And that way, if somebody doesn't make the tackle, he's got his teammates there to help him out. When you isolate in that man coverage, it really makes it difficult if you miss the tackle, and you're expecting perfection.
3rd and 15, Alexander in motion to the left. Stevens looks left. Now he's in trouble once again. He's being chased out of the pocket. Now he's going to send this one downfield, and he just throws that one away. So nice pressure. Chase Jones with the pressure there for Bella Vista. Nice job on the part of the two-sport athlete. Chase Jones, a member of the lacrosse team as well. A very exceptional goalie, I should say.
That's right. Well, now you have a decision if you're Oakmont, and I see Elijah Stevens staying on the field. There's 9.5 minutes left. You're down 2 scores with the ball being at midfield or roughly midfield. I think you got to go.
44-yard line, so you got 15 yards to go. You are running the risk of giving Bella Vista only half the field to work with here, and they could put it out of reach if they make the stop here. Stevens drops the ball. It's loose on the ground. A scramble for it. One way or the other, Bella Vista's getting the ball.
And they do.
It looks like it's a Bronco recovery. I mean, they were going to get it anyway. It was 4th down. And that play, it was over as soon as Stevens dropped the ball.
Yeah, but somehow it makes it sweeter if you can recover it too.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Get the stat.
I love it.
Get the stat.
That's right. Yeah, I love it.
So, risk reward is what they say at work.
Yeah, I mean, again, when you play with intensity on defense, you cause the offense to make mistakes. You make them nervous. Now the Broncos got to roll here. They can't get cute. They got to keep doing what they've been doing that's working.
The ball. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Here's Ferrarini. Slips a tackle. Ferrarini off right guard. And he's down to the 32-yard line. Another gain of 7, 2nd down and 3 coming up for Bella Vista. Ferrarini and Norwood in the backfield. 2nd and 3. Give to Ferrarini once again. You know, he got the first 7 yards. Let him get the first down. As he takes that right down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 3. First down Broncos. Clock is, they stop the clock briefly for the first down. And then they'll wind this clock once again once the chains get in place.
Yep. Methodical, just keep the clock running.
Ferrarini up to
88 yards.
He's 12 away from 100.
Leading rusher for the Broncos tonight.
So I think that might be an interview tonight.
Indeed.
Love to hear from Dominic Ferrarini after the game he's had tonight. Couple of touchdowns as well. Here's Norwood. Norwood right up the middle, and he shoots the gap inside the 25-yard line.
Looks like about 5 maybe for him. He's up to 74 yards tonight.
So a nice game for Devon Norwood as well.
Ferrarini coming out a little gingerly again. Cramping again.
Yeah, he's got the cramps going. Second down, 5 yards to go for Bella Vista. Norwood and Lopez. Here's Hugo. Hugo with some running room. He is very shifty. He broke free and scored a touchdown earlier today. That's a first down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, but flag came in there.
So we're going to stop the clock. They come at the end of the play. I didn't see the flag throw.
Right at the end, the line judge threw a flag right down where the ball was down.
Which could indicate a face mask.
Correct.
It could also indicate a late hold. It could be illegal hands or a face mask offensively. I mean, there's a plethora of options here. Broncos looking to put the final nail in the coffin here.
Oh, it's holding though.
Holding against the Broncos. So if it happened at the end of the play, it will be marked out. Well, they're going to mark it off from the 20. And bring it back out to the 30.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 then?
So 2nd down and 11. And at this point, with 7:18 to go, 4th quarter of play, and the Broncos leading by 2 touchdowns, 14 points. You keep running it here as they're going to wind the clock. Lopez, the lone setback. Durazo in motion, jet sweep, Durazo looking to turn the corner, gets a block. Durazo cuts free. Durazo's down to the 20-yard line. He gets 10 of those 11 yards. I'm impressed with Riley Durazo tonight, too.
Well, I love when you're not your typical running back, but you ask something of him, he delivers. He's had 2 carries tonight, 1 for 6 yards, 1 for 10 yards.
Durazo had 19 catches for 286 yards last year. He also had 36 rushes for 231 yards. It's a very balanced season for him, both running the ball and catching.
He's got 16 rushing yards tonight and 44 on the receiving end.
Norwood and Lopez in the backfield. This one goes to Norwood. Norwood's going to push forward and take this one down to the 15-yard line. But Oakmont's saying they have the ball. I thought that it looked like the ball may have come loose as well. What are they going to say? Oakmont is pleading their case.
They are. Oakmont
and
ball.
They're going to get it.
I think they stripped it right out of his hands.
Yeah, it looked like he might have had some trouble holding on to it.
So Oakmont's got life.
Yes, they do. They get the ball at the 15-yard line. They've got 85 yards to get a touchdown with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go.
Well, so this is the danger when you throw. You can pick up yards really quick.
Yes. One of the things that drive did do for Bella Vista, though, is it did chew time off.
It did.
And Oakmont needs to get 2 touchdowns just to tie this.
Correct.
I mean, they could decide on a 2-point conversion if they can get the second touchdown without the Broncos scoring. 1st and 10. Smith is back in at quarterback. Smith is going to try and take a run around the left side. He is tagged from behind, and he goes down. So Nico Smith is seeing his first action since the very first series of the game.
Interesting call. I mean, he got a yard on that run, but
I tell you what, they moved the ball with Elijah Stevens. Again, Nico Smith's time running the team, that was really a very, very small sample size because it was just the one series.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why you make this switch if you're Oakmont, but
again, unless maybe Stevens might be banged up. I don't know. Harder comes in motion and sets up on the right side. Smith will roll out to his right off the back foot, throws it behind his intended receiver, Harder, and that one is incomplete.
Well, just like that, in not even a minute, it's 3rd down and long, deep in your own end.
They have 2 very good quarterbacks on this team. Now, Nico Smith did not play a lot of quarterback last year because there were 2 seniors ahead of him. But again, as we talked about, 1,068 yards passing as a sophomore for the JV team. Stevens threw for nearly 1,400 yards last year for the JV team.
That's right.
So I guess they're trying to see what they have. Smith is back to pass, stands in the pocket. He's going to send this one deep over the middle. That one's deflected and almost into the waiting hands of Guillermo Perez. And so that now brings up a 4th down.
Well, and
we got another injury. That Remington. Looks like that's Remington. He'll come out.
Well, and Munoz is wanting to flag there, but what he's not realizing is that Remington was going to make a play on the ball, which is legal. He's allowed to make a play on the ball. So they collided because they were both going for the ball, which is not pass interference. So that was a good no call by the referee.
4th and 8 for Oakmont. Wholesale substitutions. Are they going to punt now?
Well, I mean, you are faced with 5:12 left. If you don't get this, Bella Vista almost certainly is going to score. So at least if you punt, you back them up a little bit.
So DeRuzzo's back to receive the punt. Vasquez is the kicker, the left footer.
And we know he can kick.
Yes, we do. Snap back. Oh, he's going to fake it. Vasquez is going to try and run on 4th and 8. He's across the 20, and he does not get the first down. He needed to get to the 27, and he's out of bounds shy of the 25. So they tried the fake punt. Vasquez ran with it and did not get the first down.
Well, so that was an option.
So the Broncos, they tried the surprise factor. And the Broncos diagnosed it beautifully.
They ran it all the way.
And 4 seconds to go. and right back near the red zone for Bella Vista.
Well, good pursuit by both those defenders. Perez finished it off, but good pursuit initially to force him wide.
High backs in the backfield to give to Norwood. Norwood slips the first tackler. He spins around, and he gets down close to the 15-yard line.
Pick up a 7.
They're going to mark him at the 17, so from the 24 to the 17, yep. Actually, it looks like they're giving him 6. It looks like 4 yards to go. So we'll call it the 18-yard line. Second down and 4. Singley taking his time under center. Lopez, big hole left side. Lopez will get this ball down inside the 10-yard line, and that's another Bronco first down. The band chimes in with its approval with the Sports Center theme.
And he's up to 91 yards tonight, almost the century mark.
Norwood and Lopez. First and goal, just inside the 10-yard line. Here's Norwood. Norwood will take it in, untouched. Touchdown Broncos, and that should dot the exclamation point tonight for the Bella Vista Broncos as they are poised to win their first game of the season and their first win since the fall of 2003.
Well, this will snap an 11-game losing streak for the Broncos. Get that off their back. And really, after coming out really hot in the first quarter and then slowing down, getting kind of sluggish to end the quarter, they turned the Jets on and really haven't looked back. About ready to go up by 3 scores here.
Pennington is on to attempt the extra point. Lonnie to hold. Pennington making sure he's got everybody. Lonnie waiting for the snap, a little bit high. He sets it down. There's the kick. It is good. And so now 35-14, Bella Vista in front. We were concerned at the start of the game, and there was some energy lost. But Brandon, it's very energetic now.
Sorry, yeah, it is loud down there. It's loud down here. I think everyone senses it. We are a 3 Bronco win.
All right. So the last Bronco win was on Saturday, October 28th, 2023 against McClatchy. That was that game that was supposed to be at Sac City and wound up being played here.
Yep. We brought you that game live on BV
Yes.
Sport, BV Live Sports.
And then the start of the 11-game losing streak, the first game there was a playoff game.
Correct.
Lots of energy here, lots of excitement. And what a night for Bella Vista football. About 3.5 minutes to go. And the Broncos are up 3 touchdowns. Pennington once again from the snout. Here's the driving kick. That one's going to take a bounce. It's going to roll, and that one's going to go out of bounds. So they have a choice here. They can force the re-kick if they want, or they can take it at the 35-yard line.
I would probably take it at the 35.
It's a pretty decent field position.
Yeah, and I don't know that they've had that good a field position on a kickoff tonight, so I'd probably just take that and go with it with 3:39 left in the game here. And that indeed looks like what they're going to do, take it from the 35.
So it's going to be first and 10, ball marked at the 40-yard line.
Oh, I guess they can bring it to the 40 now?
Oh, maybe. That could be a rule change. I'm not aware, but that's quite the penalty because you kick off from your 40.
Yes.
So if you kick it out of bounds, it's 20 yards. That's a pretty severe penalty.
And who knows, maybe they did that to entice teams to not make
Kick
them
out of bounds,
re-kick as often.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So Smith continues at quarterback. The handoff goes to the right side.
Number 24.
And that's Simmer, the ball carrier. I think that's his first carry today for Oakmont.
Well, 4 yards with 3.5 minutes left isn't going to do it for you if you're Oakmont.
I wonder if maybe they're just playing out the string at this point, down 3 touchdowns.
Probably the smart thing to do. You don't want someone to get hurt unnecessarily here.
Smith is in the shotgun now. He'll drop back. It's blitzed. Here's the kind of a sidearm pass that is complete down the left sideline. Some nifty moves inside the 30-yard line. And that's down past the 25. Looks like Ocean Munoz once again with the reception. And he's down to the 24-yard line. So Oakmont not going away. So the first down will stop the clock momentarily.
Yeah, Bella Vista looked like they shifted into kind of a prevent defense there. I don't know that that's what you want to do and give up huge chunks of yardage like that.
Hash mark is on the left, or one wide receiver. Here's a low snap. Smith has it, and he's going to be spun around by Holsapple once again and sent to the ground. It almost looked like Smith, as he went to pick up the ball, might have touched his knee to the ground.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was going to be down right there, but we'll take the sack, as will Holsapple.
That brings it back to the 30-yard line. That's a loss of 8. It'll be second down and 18 yards to go as we approach 2 minutes to go. What a difference a game outcome makes. The last time we were here in a driving rainstorm, the band went home at halftime.
Correct.
And now they're still here down the stretch.
No one's going home tonight.
No. Smith out of the shotgun. He'll send this one over to the right side. Deflected in the air. Remington with the interception.
And that'll do it right there. Second interception of the night for the Broncos. Guillermo Perez with the first one and Remington with the second.
So I guess we just dotted the exclamation point again.
Yes, we did.
An exclamation point with 2 dots.
We just keep doing it. That's right.
All right, 1:46 to go. I see smiles on the faces of some Bella Vista fans that are leaving the game now, trying to beat traffic home. Just remember that while you don't want to watch it while you're driving, you can still at least listen to the live stream on your way home.
That's right. Don't leave now. This is the best part. You're getting ready to celebrate.
Get a couple of first downs, and then the funnest formation in football.
Yeah, they may take a knee right here.
Looks like they are. So they're going to put the knee down at this point.
The Broncos are in victory formation.
So they'll take their time here. They're doing the victory formation right now. What a night for Bella Vista football. What a debut for Jason Ott as the head coach. He said that this team can play with anyone, and he said this team could possibly make the playoffs this year.
Well, I'll tell you this, George. If you put up 294 yards rushing, you're going to win football games.
Wow.
Nobody hit the century mark, but boy, it was.
And I think that had he not been beset by some injuries, Dominic Ferrarini would have.
Yes.
But yes, it was 100 plus today. Not quite at game time, but it was a rough day out here.
And one more knee is going to do it.
So they're just letting this clock roll. They're taking their time in the huddle, and even if they take a delay of game penalty here, who cares? So Jack Singley is going to put the knee down once again. Let the celebration begin for the first time since October 28th, 2023. The Bella Vista Broncos are victorious on the football field.
Coach Ott just got he didn't get a Gatorade bath, he got a water bath.
On a day like today, I'm sure he loved it.
I'm sure he loved it. Hugs
That
all
had to
around from
feel-
his boys. They're both here to support him.
That had to feel really good when they dumped water on him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. The JV coach is out, all hugs are all around.
That is the end of the game between the Bella Vista Broncos and the Oakmont Vikings. The Broncos avenge last year's season opening loss in Roseville. They win this one 35-14 and get ready next week to invade Grass Valley and take on the Nevada Union Miners. What a night for Bella Vista. You just look at the players, look at them hopping and dancing and jumping up and down. How special is this?
Well, new year, new beginnings. Anything's possible, and Bella Vista proved that tonight.
So the Broncos are going to take their time to enjoy this. Coach Ott and company are going to talk to them, and then we'll be talking to Coach Ott and then some of the players we hope as well. Look at Dominic Ferrarini down there. He's had a great game tonight. Had some injury issues, but still he's there celebrating with everyone else. Hope we can hear from him tonight. Hope we can hear from everyone else. We'll wait out the post-game chat with the team as they are headed towards the north end zone where Coach will talk to them. Actually, it looks like they're going to gather at the 15.
Well,
what a special night.
You know, I have a sister that played collegiate volleyball, and when they would take an away game and they would get on the bus, the coach would get on and he'd say, "Ladies, we're on a business trip. And when the business trip is over, then we'll have fun. But we're on a business trip." And if I'm Coach Ott, I'm saying, "Young men, we had a job to do tonight. We're on a business trip, and we accomplished what we need to do, and now we're going to celebrate. And then we'll get back to work on Monday for Nevada Union. But we're going to enjoy this tonight because you have worked for the last almost 9 months to get to this point." The number of those players, and I know Coach Ott mentioned this in his interview with you preseason, George, the number of kids that showed up at 6 a.m. for weights, that spent all spring ball, running plays, lifting, doing conditioning. Then you had summer, you had 7-on-7s, then you started fall camp, fall ball, to get to this point makes it all worth it. Makes it all worth it. So congratulations to them.
So the huddle was broken up down on the field, and the players are all enjoying this as they're going to come back over onto the sideline. Brandon will get some folks over here to talk.
They might be singing or something. Oh, no.
We'll see what happens here.
Well, I don't know. They're coming over like they're going to do something.
Well, they usually do the fight song, don't they?
Well, the alma mater, but I always wish they would do the fight song. But I don't think they're going to do anything tonight.
Well, there's Dominic Ferrarini right there. Maybe Brandon can walking back over to the huddle to high five and slap some hands and everything like that.
Yeah, a lot of celebrating tonight.
A lot of excitement. Like Brandon might be headed over there just to see if he can get some folks to come over to the designated interview spot.
Well, he might. I don't know if he's.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's going to be a fun weekend for Bella Vista football players, that's for sure. and then get right back at it on Monday, as you mentioned. Start getting ready for Nevada Union, but certainly these guys are going to sleep well tonight, if they sleep at all.
Yeah,
they got to be really excited.
Well, a lot of them are going to be going back and watching the broadcast to see the film and see the plays, because they certainly did a great job tonight. They were really they executed really well. Even when they got a little sluggish there in the first quarter, they pulled it together. They found a way to fight through. Some guys got banged up, had some cramps they had to deal with. They took care of business. They pushed through. They were teammates, which is this is a team sport, and just really, really great job all the way around.
All right, so we are going to get to hear from Dominic Ferrarini as Brandon's got him over there, and we'll get ready to head on down. He stopped and turned around on you, Brandon.
You guys want to do this from here? You want him up there, or do you want to do it from down here?
Down there is great. Down there with you. We don't need him. We don't need him climbing the stairs after the night he had.
Yeah, let's not injure him.
All right, guys, tell me if we're on camera. Are we good to go?
Yes, we are good to
All
go.
right.
Take it away, Brandon.
Dom, tell us about the difference between this season and last season.
I think the work that we put in finally paid off. We've been working for 227 days. January 13th, 6 in the morning, every morning. So we put in the work, and we're stronger, and we just are a team.
Tell me about the beginning of this game. You guys came out in the beginning, you made a big stop, interception, and then marched right down the throat and scored. Then there was a little bit of slowness for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then it was all BB. What happened?
We made some adjustments at halftime. We saw what we saw on the field. We told the coaches, and we made big adjustments, and it showed. We ran it down their throats, tired them out, and the game was ours.
Okay. What do you guys think you need to do different to face that Nevada Union team next week?
I think a little more physical, blitzing. I think we got to get in the gaps more, do our responsibilities, and once we clean that up, we'll be golden.
Awesome game. Great. Couple touchdowns.
Thank you.
Great tackles. Great game.
Thank you.
All right, that's Dominic Ferrarini.
Looks like he's got Hugo Lopez down there too.
Hey Hugo, can you? Yeah, great game today. Touchdown, some tackles like always. I think you led the team in tackles last year. What's different about this team than that last year's team?
Honestly, I feel like it just came down to like every day being in the morning workouts and just being committed to this program, and really just, I feel like we're all this group of kids right here, like they just want to go get it. And I think like this season we're going to go, whoever's in the way, we're just going to go fight our hardest, because every day we got up 6 a.m., workouts, and we're just committed this year.
I mean, it was a great game, obviously. You guys won by 3 touchdowns. If you had to say anything that you want to do better next week, what would that be?
Honestly, just to maybe not come out so flat next time, and really just push on that middle and just go forward, and just we could have. I feel like we could have really put up and shut down their offense. We gave up a little lazy touchdowns. They got broken tackles and stuff, and I think we could just fix that up. We'll be like probably like a #1 defense soon.
And what's your plan for this week, going into the next game? What do you guys need to do to make sure you can win that game against Nevada Union?
Honestly, just every day hitting the grind, go every day, practice, committed, just go 100% every day at practice. Honestly, that's the best we could do.
Awesome game. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, and it looks like Coach Ott is hanging out and ready to talk to us as well.
A very wet Coach Ott, I might add.
But that had to feel good.
Great job, Hugo.
Coach, this is the most smiles I've seen at a Bella Vista football game in probably 5 years. What did this game? What success?
We built a culture, and that started January 13th at 6 a.m. when we walked in the gym the first day of weight training, and we had 40 guys. And I told these guys, you dedicate yourself, you work hard and all that, and you guys have the talent. You have the talent, you just got to believe in yourselves. And that's what we did.
You guys played a very strong first half, went into the halftime down a point, and then came back second half. It was all Bella Vista. What changes did you make at halftime?
None. We didn't make any. I got carried away in one drive. I wanted to throw the ball and got away from what we were doing. And, we fumbled a couple of snaps, and we punted, and we backed up to the punt. We hurt ourselves in the first half. We should have been up 13.5. We had a 4th down and pass interference. So we just told the kids, do what you're coached to do. Take away the mistakes, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. This looks like a completely different team from last year. I've only seen one game, but in the one game, strong defense, run the heck out of the ball, basically like impose your will on the other team. Is that what we should expect to see more of?
That's what we've been saying all year. We play bully ball. play bully ball. We're gonna beat you up. We're not gonna out athlete Intercummings teams like that. But our kids play hard. They're great kids. They work. They do everything we ask. I got 38 guys on the team, and they're great kids.
What do you guys got to do to prepare for next week? Different team on the road. What do you got to do to prepare?
Next week is going to be a challenge because Nevada Union wants to play bully ball too. So it's just going to be a matter. We're going to do some different things. We got some stuff, and we knew we could, if we stayed with it, we could run the ball down Oakmont's throat. We knew that, and with Dom, Hugo, and Devon.
Yeah, the three horses.
Yeah,
the three horses out there. It made it so that by the end of the game, it looked like those guys couldn't stop you. You're getting 7 yards, 9 yards of carry.
Yeah, and then sooner or later, teams are going to try to load the box to stop our run, and then that's when we'll open up our passing game. But we want to force them to try to stop us in the run, and then we'll see what they do when we, because we can't throw the ball.
Can't think of a better way to start your coaching tenure, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck on next week, and thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All right, guys. We heard from a couple of the stars of the game. We heard from the head coach. Looks like a new Bronco team this year.
Indeed it does, Brandon. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And let's talk about that new team. He said next week it's going to be bully ball between them and Nevada Union. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. And again, take the drive up to Grass Valley to check it out, or if you want to watch it on NFHS, it is a subscription fee. But a lot of the Bella Vista Road games are going to be on NFHS, so it might be worth it at least to just do it for the football season. If you are a football family, like to give a shout out to our partners over at NFHS out there, because they do a good thing as well.
Yep.
And if the Broncos make the playoffs and host, well, then that's where our game will be.
That's right.
We'll be there, but but that's where our game will be as well. So, at this point, you got to ride the momentum.
Yep.
This is a varsity program that hasn't tasted victory in almost 2 calendar years. And so one of the things that you don't want is to start feeling like you've just conquered the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you want to set good expectations. Right now, in the moment, celebrate, party it up, have fun, enjoy it. But, tomorrow and then into Sunday and then certainly into Monday, it's time to get back to work. You won 1 game. Good for you. Let's go win 2 games.
Yes.
And then that's how you kind of ride that momentum you're talking about. Is it's going to take a lot of work. Knowing Coach Ott the way that I do, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go right back to work on Monday. They're not just going to ride the coattails of, okay, we won a game.
And even though CASA is looming 2 weeks from now, the focus is going to be on Nevada Union.
Right.
Because as you said, you've won 1 game. Now you go out to win 2. After that, you can focus on game 3.
Correct.
And that's one of those other important things going on. So that is the Bella Vista schedule. Nevada Union next Friday night in Grass Valley. Casa Roble 2 weeks from tonight in Orangevale. And then we're back with you on the 12th, September 12th, when the Broncos get set to take on Del Campo. So that is the next 3 games. And like you said, if they continue to do what they did tonight, that game against Del Campo.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a 3-0 Bella Vista team?
Well, I mean, it's very possible, right? I mean, but, again, they're going to have to execute. They're going to have to continue to work because every day their opponents are getting better and they have an opportunity to get better. And that's kind of the message that Coach Ott has preached amongst his program. So as long as they continue to work and, improve, yeah, we could very well, the next broadcast, we could be talking about a 3-0 Bella Vista team against a whatever Del Campo team.
All right, so next week again is Nevada Union. Friday night, 7 o'clock is the scheduled kickoff. If you want a live stream, it's on NFHS. And again, there is a monthly subscription fee that comes with that. 2 weeks from tonight over in Orangevale, the game is at CASA. Orangevale Live is the broadcast partner for the Casa Roble Rams, so they will have the live stream of the game on September 5th. And then we are back with you for the Del Campo game for our next broadcast here on BV Live Sports. So thank you so much. I know there were a lot of you watching tonight, and we couldn't be happier with that, and we're glad that we had a fun game to bring you, at least from a Bella Vista standpoint. We know some of the folks watching may have been for Oakmont as well. Certainly best of luck to Oakmont the rest of the way.
Yep.
And just a big shout out and thank you to everyone that helped make this broadcast possible. Jason Ott, the head coach of the Broncos, and his accessibility, the players that we interviewed last week, and of course the two that we talked to tonight, Dominic Ferrarini and Hugo Lopez. Becky Stewart, the athletic director here at Bella Vista High School as well, just does a fantastic job there and is super helpful for all of us. Camera operator and producer is Julie Tharlson. For Brandon Simpson, and there's Julie's hand right there. For Brandon Simpson and Aaron Keogh, I'm George Tharlson. Broncos win it again tonight, 35-14. We'll talk to you in 3 weeks and see how the Broncos do in the next 2 weeks on the road. Have a great weekend. Good night, everyone.